Hi. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late. I can't find the glasses. I think I did that thing where I put them somewhere and I said, oh, I'm going to put them in a special spot so I know where they are next time. But now I don't know where that is. You guys ever do that? You say, hey, I'm going to do this very special, super special secret thing so I'll know where the thing is. Now it's gone. It's in one of my drawers somewhere. So, something like that. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thanks, FlowJam. Happy birthday. Thank you. You remembered. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if anybody else did, and if they did, what they're going to give me. Also, don't be mad at me for being late. You got so much extra stream last night, dude. You guys got hours and hours of free stream with Repo. And God, what a tremendous stream it was. That game is awesome. That's a great game. That's a really good game. Unironically, stream of the year. Very funny game. I can't believe we got that far on first time, right? Because, like, it's way more fun when you get that far on your first try. Because then it's like, you don't have this thing where it's like stop and start. You know what I mean? Oh, that's really good. That's funny. I've watched the VOD twice. Yeah, it's good. Hi, everybody. Happy cringe confessional night. I'll show you something in a second. Hold on. That's funny. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I have some news. So tomorrow's Gameplay Thursday, and I didn't know exactly what we were doing. What? Sorry. I saw one thing, but not the other thing here that I wanted to show you. This happened in February. What? Sorry. Recent Genesis VODs don't have audio aside from your voice. No, it's broken. Can't fix it. Basically, it was with my new computer. I just accidentally set up the voice tracks wrong. Sorry. They're dead. Had to have one casualty for it, but who cares? It's Smash Bros, right? It'll be okay in the VOD channel. I don't think so. Unless they just want to download the, what's it called? Download the actual file. You guys aren't watching every VOD. I can't find my cringe confessional picture. I could just find it on Twitter. You guys aren't watching everything. Right? Huh? Oh, my eye is itchy. Sorry, I'm still setting up. Are you guys gonna be mad at me? I was playing Tetris again. I can't stop. It's fun. I'm actually late because of the glasses, but I could have found the glasses sooner if I wasn't playing Tetris. It's fun! Oh. It's very fun. But I'm getting annoyed because it has the opposite ranked effect, I think, of most games. Like, most games are fake climbing, where it's like you lose 18, but you win 25, right? So you move up no matter what. This game feels like the opposite. Tetris Effect feels like the opposite, where I'm losing 30, but gaining 20 for some reason. And I don't know why that is. Okay, so here's what I wanted to show you. Hold on, let me show you something. I have a 52 win rate, bro. So Rubber Hose Rampage got an update, but what I was looking at was this. There's a 4-player co-op and Battle Arena Island? Rubber Hose Rampage can have 4 players playing at the same time. What? It also has player versus player versus player. I think that looks like Bomberman. Battle with up to 4 players and or play against automated chatbot Mickey. But there's a new level featuring Felix the Cat. So we'll be playing that tomorrow. I don't know why he's still adding levels, but I love it. I hope he never stops. I hope he made enough money off Rubber Hose Rampage to make this his passion project until the day he dies. The Toby Fox of Cuphead. I hope he does that. But what I wanted to point out is that this game is hentai and sexual content. This game got filtered out by my preferences. Is it the lizard? It has to be. The lizard's the only hot thing in the game. Other than the women. The women are... The human women. That was a close one. What's in the new update? Yeah, maybe it's a Felix thing. Maybe there's just straight up porn. Right? Maybe it's just like straight up softcore Cinemax porn. Here's what I wanted to show you that I was laughing at before. Because somebody in my mentions put this. Wow, that's very HD. Looks almost AI. There was this, which says Nintendo has reportedly shipped 380,000 units. There was an account here that was like, I've been to the depths of human despair, and I know what it's like to not be able to eat. Everyone that replies, I will give $10,000 if you reply with Grace. And I said, Grace! And he said, shoot me a DM. And I said, Grace! And he said, shoot me a DM. And I said, Grace! And then he got banned. Hasn't worked yet. Why do I have to DM you? Why can't you DM me? This happens like every day now, man. I'm finding a new scam. Hold on, let me show you something. I don't want to leak my DMs. We have a representative from Razer. Joanna O'Keefe, the senior marketing manager at Razer Gold. I'm a representative of Razer, a company. Art of the deal. I don't work with an unresponsive clientele. Maybe that was a little bit too much. Might have been a step too far. Yeah, man. I'm finding new scams every day of my life now. They keep DMing me. You gotta be pushy. I have to put the squeeze on them a little bit. Raise your price again. Show them you're serious. If you don't respond in the next 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That's funny. Coney about to become a scam baiter. I love it. I really do. There's something so thrilling to me about the practice of getting shitty You know what it is? It's that I'm smarter than my contemporaries. Whenever I see somebody on my timeline that's like, oh no, I got hacked because I clicked on a PDF file that ended in EXE, I'm like, oh, thank God I was born with America Online and that I can sniff this shit out, right? Everybody around me is so stupid, but not me. I'll catch him every time. Whenever I see another FGC YouTube channel hacked, how was I supposed to know? They were going to offer me $5,000 and a free trip to Bali because I uploaded a video about the new character. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? I was going to make a video about a gaming chair. Not getting hacked is easy, bro, unless it's that fuck-ass copyright thing. That almost got me. Didn't you click a phishing link? Only for fun. Sometimes I come right up to the razor's edge of getting fished just to see. I'm like nibbling on the hook. You know what I mean? That worm is delicious. I just want a sniff of it. But I don't want to give up my stuff. Unironically, I play with fire to see how far I can go. Not even a joke. I almost got hit with the play my game demo pitch with a friend who actually works in game dev. Dude, Scooch said that he got apparently fished by, like, somebody who was a friend. Like, they pretended to be his friend on Discord, which is crazy. I haven't been hit with anything quite that sophisticated. Maybe because I don't have friends. Nobody's touched me with that yet. If somebody hit me up with that, we might have a problem, right? But thank God I live on an island. I'm good. I've had 4 other people like, is this you on Discord offering me free tips on how to become a streamer? I'm going to fish you with Cody's Adventure. Any link with Cody's Adventure in it, I'm clicking immediately. Oh, what'd they make? And it works because it's an exe file, man. It's a new game. It's perfect. That'll work on me. Check out the thumbnail I made for the new video. Okay, Noah. By the way, hold on. Let me show you guys the video from today. Ads right now. Subscribe to Twitch Prime or Tier 1. Otherwise, you're not going to hear the story. I have a story for you. Not really a great story, but let's pretend it's really funny. So, in case you guys don't know, Vince is in Japan currently, which means that I'm sort of manning the YouTube. I'm just setting up the titles. I have the titles. Noah's making the thumbnails. And he sent me the Zillow one, and this was just like the foam cubes it's supposed to have. And it says indoor slide, and I told him, I want to name it These Houses Are Stupid, right? And it just looked kind of boring, and I was like, you know what? We don't normally clickbait that hard. We don't normally lie in the video. But I think it'd be very funny if the slide went into something that would kill you, right? Like a spike pit or something, and he was like, yeah, let's do that. We don't clickbait that bad because, you know, we don't want to get in trouble. But Vince is gone, and, you know, while he's away, we're going to try some bullshit. So, I don't clickbait. I don't. I tell you what's in it. I should clickbait more. I've gotten flamed so much for my titles and thumbnails by people who are like, you should say exactly what's in the title and in the video, in the title, and it should be 3 sentences long. People that don't know the game, you know what I'm saying? Coney, you clickbait so much. Name one time. Look at this entire thing. Name one time. Don't say Balatro. That's your assumption. That's not a Balatro bait. It's just a clown. It's a video about jokers. Balatro has jokers. You're stupid and fell for it. That's your fault. Super Nintendo? What do you mean? That's what happened. Well... That's a title thing. That's not a thumbnail. Beating is different there. Okay. That cringe confessional thumbnail. Dude, I got DMs about this one. I don't know what it's about or what's happening. I think having that layer of obfuscation gives me plausible deniability. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Vince was like, you're going to get in trouble for this one. And I was like, well, I don't know what it is, so that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't tell me either. Don't be weird in the chat and tell me what that is. I don't know or care. It's really self-defecating. Okay. It's deprecating, stupid. It's such a... I mean, they mean the same thing, really. Right? Okay. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it, but I think so because it was on the site. This Sunday, we're going to be watching the Arc Sys World Tour Finals. We're going to watch some Arc System Works fighting games. And we're going to watch it from 10 to 11, I think. We're going to watch an hour. And then we're going to rate them because they asked me to do that. So that'll be fun. They announced it last night. Yeah, people sent me the site. So we're doing that on Sunday. And then tomorrow's games, I was thinking about playing Order 13. Because that game looked kind of funny. Also, somebody in the chat, in the Discord, linked a Mario 64 roguelike. Did you guys see this? I was like, wait, that looks kind of cool. It is Mario 64 Rogue Chaos Edition. I don't quite get it. Decrease Mario's gravity by 34%, 37.5%. A and B buttons are swapped with Z and R. That seems pretty funny. I kind of want to try it. So we'll see. Is that an EXE? Oh, fuck, I'm going to fall for it. I bet they made this. They probably made this, and now I'm going to play it. I'm dead. I think this will be fun. I think we might do that on Thursday. Also, somebody linked the Trolley Problem game, which is the same as a game we played before, but it's new. So I kind of want to try it. We've played this game before, but this is a new one. We played a couple things like this, so maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. We'll see. I remember this weird-ass stream. Yeah, that was fun. I like them. I think we played 2 games like that. Okay. Everybody shut up. Let's bandle. 1979. Hard call. It is Electric Avenue. We're gonna run down to... That's probably older than that, right? Bee Gees. That's way older than that. Fleetwood Mac. It's not Love Shack. Boom, clap. Oh, it might be. No, okay. I was gonna say, I don't think it is, but it's the right BPM. This shit bouncy. It's easy? It's definitely disco something, because it has, like, those hits and, like, stings. Dance! That's a dance. I know it is. What are popular disco songs? Like, at the end of disco. Wait, let me hear it. Dance! Oh. Boogie Wonderland! Okay. Alright. That's Earth, Wind, and Fire? I didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know that was them. I thought that was someone else. A-Track didn't get this. He said it was Funky Town. He's stupid. He's a stupid person. It's not Funky Town. It's not even the same BPM. It's definitely funky in some. Am I making that up? I feel like I've played that song before. Maybe not, though. I didn't know they were that late. What, Earth, Wind, and Fire? Yeah, to me, they feel like, I don't know, they feel like an early 70s band, like 73. Something like that, but... Oh, sorry, I cut it off. Penguin and Happy Feet. Just a little bit of movie trivia for you. Boogie Wonderland! And I think one of the Fat Penguins' heart song is, I think, Notorious B.I.G., which is weird. Am I making that up? I think I remember him having something like that. Have you seen Not Like Us Happy Feet? No, man, I'm not looking it up. No, I haven't. I haven't seen. Imagine your heart song being Not Like Us. I mean, like, that would kind of piss me off, right? Why is my heart song about somebody else? Why is that it's a beef song and it's about that guy, another penguin I fucking hate. I don't care how much I hate them. Don't push me, I'm close to the edge. That's what it was. It wasn't Biggie. Right, that's what it was. Sorry, my bad. I probably saw like a parody on
Hello,
Twitter.
maniacs. I thought it my duty as a brave hobo to recommend one game to buy before Steam's spring sale ends tomorrow. A game even the poorest soul could buy. And I recommend Undertale, which is currently a singular dollar right now. Get on it now.
Don't believe him. Don't trust him. He doesn't own a computer, and he's British now. I don't know why he's British from now on. Maybe he's on the streets of London. I don't know. I would not trust him. Undertale, I've heard nothing but bad things. Don't try it. He probably made the game itself. It might be a virus. Who hasn't played Undertale that might want to soon? I feel like ain't nobody buying that shit. Don't say me. Shut up. When did that game came out in 2014? It's been 11 years. If you want to play Undertale, if I was Toby Fox, I would turn it off. I would be like, ain't nobody else playing Undertale. You missed out. You could have given me money for 11 years, and you didn't. 16-year-olds. Oh, my God. If somebody is 18 right now, they were 7 when Undertale came out. Fuck me, man. Oh, some of them might be in this chat! Undertale is still popular with the kids? Really? It's a good game. I like the Undertale. You know what I like more, though? Don't chase away the 18-year-olds. We need more cringe confessions from them. Yeah, I'm gonna say something at the start of the video today to get some from YouTube. Because we're in May of last year. We're gonna dry up. Help! We need more! 4x4 image crossword TV shows. Thank God it's pop culture. It's a pop culture day. Oh, wait, it's 4x4. That means this doesn't count. It's a game. No, games don't count. Sorry. Let me play it anyway. Matt. Oh, this is so stupid. Archer, Rick, Tales from the Crypt, Young Sheldon, Star Trek, Ed Sullivan? I don't know. Ed, Robot. I don't know what that is. Three's Company, probably. Animaniacs. Monty Python's Flying Circus, and the other one. What? Enter the first letter you can... 4x4 Scrabble letter 4-letter words. Arma? Art? Oh, why did I say that was A? Oh, Ally McBeal. Wait, no, I just said mash up there. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. This is Lassie. I messed up. I Dream of Jeannie. Does that count as a leading article? Oh, yeah, item. Okay. This is probably lie. Okay. And this... That might be Ally McBeal. Is that Ally McBeal? It has Robert Downey Jr. What is that? Probably Three's Company. Tame. Seer. Got it. Okay, Ed Sullivan Show, Ally McBeal. Was he in Ally McBeal? I didn't know that. What's he doing up there? Elementary? Oh, that's not the name of the show, stupid. All right, that didn't count. Word ladder, those are fake. Missing word, no. Word fragment, they only got games on here now. Missing word. 16 little mythology pictograms. Dude, it's a... Do I have to do this? I don't want to do that. Digits of pi. Eat shit. Logic puzzle. Give me a quiz. Facts about Federer. Take your $1. Take your Twitch sub. This is so stupid. I don't know facts about... Well, hold on. I don't know. Maybe the average Sporcle person doesn't know. South Africa? No. French? Doubles. When he beat Pete Sampras. Grand Slam was in Wimbledon. In Wimbledon at Wimbledon. Where's Wimbledon? I thought Wimbledon was in the UK. Basel? Oh my God. Oh my God, it was a year, wasn't it? He won 3 slams in a calendar year for the first time, where he beat him in the U.S. Open. Okay. French Open, he lost to Nadal. He won a gold medal, consecutive #1 ranking after... No way, it's 237. Jeez! He's the GOAT! Jesus! Completed the career Grand Slam with the Australian Open. 50 Grand Slam singles at Wimbledon. Switzerland earned its first ever French Cup. Due to a knee injury, he won the French Open. Dude, 20 Grand Slams. You've got to be fucking joking. This site is infested with Federer fans. Who is searching up quizzes about this guy so they can get everything right? It's just validation at that point. There you go, Spike Daddy. I love you. I love you, Spike Daddy. Thanks for watching. That's got to feel so weird if you are the viewer. Especially if you're not here often enough to know. Like, if you don't come to every... Like, imagine this is your first Coney stream, and you show up, and the streamer says he loves you by name. That sounds very scary. There's 1,100 people in here, and he likes me? That's funny. Okay. Happy cringe night, everybody. Why does he love me? When is the Steam sale over? Because I've been going back and forth. March 20th, it ends tomorrow. Oh, I should probably get it then. I should probably get the thing I was going to get. I was probably going to get, Wait! Oh, that comes out in May. I saw Deliver at All Costs is there. And I was like, wait, what? But why is it on sale now? What? That's so weird. Pre-order. Okay, but why 2 months early? I was thinking about getting Cyberpunk or Crit Master. I guess I gotta play Final Fantasy first, though. Or not. I gotta finish, yeah, Final Fantasy 7. How large is the wish list? Pretty big. But it doesn't even mean that I really want... Like, some of the games I'm keeping track of, I've beaten Returnal all the way through on PS5, and I want to play it again, but I'm going to wait till it's like $10. This has been here for years. 2 years now. I'm just waiting. I thought you decided to shelve Final Fantasy 7. I mean, I did. I'm not playing it, but it's sitting there. It's been a month. I played it on the 28th for like 30 minutes, and I was like, ugh. Not even that it's bad. I just don't have the time, man. I got time to play Tat Ninja and Tetris. Silly. Thanks, I'm Crypto. All right, let's get to it. We got 30 harrowing tales, 30 stories tonight. How excited are you for Power Wash Simulator 2? Reasonably excited within normal parameters. It is a fun game that I enjoy playing very much, but it's not something I'm going to be doing a midnight release jumping up and down for. There's a second one. Yeah, but I don't know when. Is it anytime soon? I'm not going to WashCon, yeah. I will say, I power washed my driveway recently, and that shit felt good. Oh. That shit, oh man, it's just like the video game. However, I will say, I don't know, okay, all of the water just collected, all the dirt in the water just collected at the bottom, because I had like a retaining wall there, which meant that it was just dirt all at the bottom, and I didn't know how to get rid of that. It was like flooding there, so I don't know what to do with that. Guess I'll figure it out next time. Dilf Milker! Thanks for the 10. I love Dilf Milk. Thank you, Synchro. Thanks for the tier 1. That's very nice of you. Thanks for the gifties. We're above 2,800. We did it. How many of the 30 are poop stories? You're going to have to run a predicty on that one. Leave it up to E. Compton. Is it Keen, too, or is it just E. Compton tonight? Thanks, Zaref. Both? Ooh, it's a combined effort, which means that if one of the stories is bad, you can just blame the other one. Thanks, Golden Dark. All right, say bye. Bye. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I got to use the green screen more. You know what I haven't done in a long time? I think it's a piece of content that's kind of like I've kind of come to the end of it, and I don't know how to do it anymore. But I like doing the chat tier lists, where I would like green screen something there. Thank you, Godoy. Thanks for the 5 gifties. I liked those. Take some time and take down that rope, please. No, I love it being there because people are like, why is that there? And then once every 6 months, we play a game that uses the rope. But until then, there it goes. It's not even a rope. Well, it is, but it's not even a... Never mind. Hey, Coney, maybe watching today's stream while cleaning my rat's cage. I thought it's novel enough to share with the class. Why are you on a rat? He's going to bite you. You're going to get the plague. Why not get a cat like the rest of us? Or a dog? You got to be that different? I'm going to bring my pet snake to your house. Rats are cute? Wrong. Rats brought on the biggest... how do I put... the infectionary disaster in human history. The plague! You could use a rat to make an IRL chicken jockey. Like, I get on the rat? Is that what you're saying? Or do I put something on the rat? Are you making... I don't know if you're doing a short joke. I think that might be what you're doing. I can't tell. Rats can drive. Dude, you watched a movie. If you're saying rats can drive, I've seen Oliver and Company. I think the dogs drive in that movie. Checkmate. I wonder if there's like a comprehensive list of what animals have or haven't driven in an animated feature film. Stuart Little's a mouse. That's different. Dude, everybody dumping on Stuart Little for that weird, like, period of time on the internet was so annoying in the same way that, like, everybody dumping on Homelander was. It felt like everybody on the internet wanted to show how much they understood the show. So everybody just dumped on Homelander like, wow, he's not even that strong. I know because I identify thematic elements in the show. And him being a bully is central to the show's theme. All right, man. Goku clears Homelander. Yeah, exactly. He's gonna kill you. Stop with the power scaling shit, man. It was funny. It was funny like once. People did that shit for like a year. And then they were like, Stuart Little would get beat up by Ratatouille. It's like, yeah, probably. No, but like, for real, can we talk? It would be so funny. I don't really think it would be. Wouldn't that be so funny if they fought? I think Ratatouille would win. I don't think Stuart Little would fight, man. He wears a sweater. Like, I'm not engaging with this hypothetical. Right? There was Stuart Little discourse. It's just internet stuff. It's fine. Okay. I gotta find the song. Coney is just making up people. You better be careful or you're gonna be the next person. You keep talking that shit. I don't like it when I talk about something and chat finds any angle they can to make fun of me. Like to hold up a mirror and try to cast my spell back at me. Watch yourself, okay? Let's all just laugh along. Let's all have a good time. No more XDDs tonight, okay? Take it easy. We're all trying to have a good time, making fun of the streamer at all costs or bringing down the mood. Let's have fun. I forget what the, I'm going to fake spin the wheel on Sunday. I think we do Wheel Champ on Tuesday. I think that's what we go for the bootlegs stuff. XDD sucks. We need a new one. Yeah, but did you know it's the most used emote in the Coney stream? A truly hellish fact. It's bad. It's bad. That's so shocking. It's ass. I agree. It's my fault because I incentivize engagement and interaction, and everybody wants to be the one to XDD the streamer. I get it. Well, with any luck, one of these stories is going to be you guys, and maybe I'll be exceptionally mean to you. I can't is more common. It's not. We literally looked it up like 3 streams ago. XDD is number 1 by a lot. Say that again is probably number 2. No, I don't remember what number 2 was. Actually. Is I can't top 5? I think it's top 5, yeah. I think you're right. XDD is anytime you yell at chat like a teacher. Well, stop making me yell at you. Be nice. There it is. Number 1 is XDD. Number 2 is true. That's what it was. Because they're literally like 2 sides of the same coin. So I get a true when I'm right, and then I get an XDD when chat wants to make me mad. You either instigate or agree with me at all times. This is a very flighty, fickle chat. You should remove the top 10 most used emotes to piss chat off. Pho is bigger than Kuh? Kuh is number 35. Pho is number 10. I can't believe that. Maybe it's just a time thing, because I think we added Kuh later. That's nuts. You know what's bigger than Pho? Juh. Hey, Coney, did you know male rats have extremely large balls proportional to their body? Are you the guy who was cleaning out the cage? Don't tell me that. No, I unsubscribed from Rat Facts. Why did I read that? Sometimes I forget that I have the choice. Sometimes I forget he just discovered it. Sometimes I forget that I'm the one driving, and I think I'm like Goofy in the back seat with Donald and Mickey. You guys are Donald and Mickey. I'm like, hey guys, check out this silly chatter. And you're like, get back in the front seat. I don't know why I keep doing that. What's the least used emote? I mean, there's not a 100 out of the top 100 is boom. Desperate is 93. I thought that'd be higher, but all right. Let's get to it. Good luck, everybody. Happy cringing. Hope we have good stories tonight, and I hope your story got picked. And if it didn't, just submit again, and maybe I'll see it. Top 100 in 4 months is good. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty new one. Fellas, welcome back to Cringe Confessional, the cringiest show on the internet. Sorry if that intro was a little intense. I've been told to dial it back. I set up an online forum where people could send me their most chilling, scary, cringiest, worst anonymous stories on Twitch, and now I'm going to read them. I didn't track anything, so I don't know who sent these. Also, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I don't say that ever, and I feel like I should start because we're almost at 200K. And now I have to start begging. There was one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. I forgot. There's so many CTA things to do. Also, if you ever want to be on the show, please submit to cringe.coney.gg. We don't want to run low on submissions. I think we're in May of last year currently. So if you like this series and you want to be on it, and I promise you I'm not going to track anything other than your IP. That's all. And that's just for my safety, so I know who you are. What if you submit something that's threatening? I need to know where you live. Let's do some cringing, shall we? Don't worry, everybody. I can just track you down to like a 500-foot radius. You could live anywhere within that 500 feet. That's very safe. I confessed a crime and Coney showed up to my house because it was so cool. I wanted to see the dog you stole. Every time I come into stream watching Coney do the YouTube intro live is so jarring. Yeah, it's much worse over here, right? When you see how the sausage is made. It's different. We're actually up to July. Oh, you're right, because we started in May. This starts in May and it goes to July. You guys better start pushing. Honestly, we could just go back to the very beginning and do like a lost episode. That'd be fun. I live 2 hours from you, Western Maryland. Save we don't have Chipotle. What's in Western Maryland? Cumberland? I don't know what's over there. I know Waldorf is down, Frederick is up, Ocean City is right. I don't know what's left. I actually don't know what's over there. West Virginia, I think. Actually, that's it. Gotcha! Cumberland is awesome. I always drive through there when I'm on a road trip. That's a cool little city. However, you guys don't have technology. I will say that. Dude, Cumberland's a crazy city because it's like at the bottom of a mountain with a big-ass church, and they're like, wow, those people don't have anything in there. Like, they're still a coal town. It's like it's like an uncontacted island in the Mediterranean or something. It's crazy. All right, everybody shut up. Let's get to cringing. Somebody requested Rod at the start. And you know what? Feeling a little generous tonight. Good luck, everybody. I hope they're not too gross. Ugh.
I had a girl over just hanging out until eventually she said she had to go home to sort her socks.
Wait a minute. Wasn't this the last one? Am I making that up? That was the last one, right? Okay. Do I not have the new updates? Hold on. Did you not clear it? Wait. I don't think that was the last one, but it was during the last cringe. It was the first one during the last one, I think. Hold on. We heard this one earlier. Yeah, this was last week. I think Vince moves them over. Oh, is it at the moderation thing? Oh, I see. Got it. Yeah, I didn't move them over. I see. So they're on the other tab. They start at 9:04. Gotcha. No, I can do it from 9:04 if these are all good. I see. Yeah, we're good. Streamer's not prepared. Okay, I didn't do this. Vince is in Japan. This is his fault. Stop. You XDD'd in the message. I'm going to kill you. I don't like that meta where people start XDDing in the same message. Don't start that. I have the hardest job in the world. 9:04 to 9:35. Yeah, I'll start at 9:04. All right, we're good. Which means that these weren't cleared. So if something gets me banned, my bad, Dan. Sorry, Mr. Clancy. No, this is in July. I was looking at the last thing.
When I was around 10-12 years old or so, I had basically decided God wasn't real.
Base?
This is because while my parents would celebrate Easter and Christmas, we didn't really emphasize the religious aspects of it, and they didn't go to church much.
Sure.
I also watched a lot of science programming like on
12?
Discovery Channel, and read a lot of science books about space, so I didn't believe in religion.
Dude, that's got to be really hard as a kid. Like, you're getting real curious about the world, and mommy and daddy keep telling you about God, and you're like, I looked at a telescope once, and I saw a couple planets. Therefore, I deduce mommy and daddy are lying.
One weekend, my mom drags me with her to a service for the church she occasionally went to. I remember the preacher talking about how we should be thankful for what God has done for us or something, and I just wasn't having since I was already annoyed at having to be there that early in the morning on a weekend. I angrily get out of my seat and yell, "Why would you lie to these people?
Oh my God.
God isn't real."
Oh my God.
And then walked out of the room as the congregation went silent.
Bro, that pastor thinks you're going through some shit, man. That's like the beginning of a made-for-TV movie. you're about to learn the meaning of Christmas. If you're on the Hallmark Channel, you are absolutely going to see God by the end. This is what they call in the biz the inciting incident. Coming of age Disney movie. Yeah, I was going to say, God's not even real. Why are you lying to everybody? This Christmas, this small town kid is about to learn the meaning of the word faith.
My mom found me after and dragged my ass into the car and chewed me out for my unhinged behavior.
That's funny.
At the very least, I never went to a church service ever again after that.
Damn, it's that easy? Holy. There's a little tip for you guys, any youngins watching the Coney stream. Just, commit blasphemy. Blaspheme in a congregation. Make everybody uncomfortable, and then they'll be like, wow, I don't want to save that kid anymore. That kid's not worth it. God send him to hell. I hope you were baptized, sinner.
So, I went to a private Christian school for most of preschool and elementary school.
Okay, this is a different story. There's a lot of God tonight. Very godly stream.
So, this school was really expensive, so there weren't many kids. At the time, I was still fairly new and didn't have a ton of friends. Since I was the only boy in my grade, I thought, why not make some friends with the kids in the grades below me, since my brother was a grade below me.
Okay.
Me and my brother were pretty close, and I figured he wouldn't mind me hanging out with his friends, since he was really social. So the next day I walk out for recess, and it turns out a lot of kids were sick that day.
Okay.
No biggie, I'll just hang out with this one kid who I think my brother knew. When I walked up to him, he noticed me right away and we were getting along well. I decided that in order to make a good impression of myself to this kid, who already enjoyed my company, I would say the funniest word I knew.
What was it?
The F word. Instead of being mortified, this very Christian boy started laughing, so I kept saying it.
Oh, the no context bad word that you're just spitting out for no reason. He does not hear it at home. This is why you need to curse around your kids a little bit. It's an immunization. It's like making sure that they don't get really sick. If you can introduce some cursing around your kid so they don't think it's the funniest thing they've ever heard, right? No, I don't curse around my kid. I'm very careful. Because I curse without even thinking a lot. But I'm very careful around my kid. Because my kid thinks it's so funny. That's how I know, is because my kid still runs up to kids at the park and goes, poop! And I'm like, dude, it's been like 6 months. Stop. Stop poop jokes. And mostly she did. Now I'm trying to teach her knock-knock jokes, which I don't think will work for her generation. I don't think she's going to be knocking them dead with any knock-knock jokes, but it's better than poop.
The F word. All of a sudden I hear a tiny voice say the F word.
Oh, no.
I turn around and a group of preschoolers were watching and laughing at me.
Oh, no.
So what was the most rational response to this situation?
You keep saying it. You got
Why
an audience
keep
now.
repeating the word,
Yep,
of course.
everybody loves you.
I was called up to the principal's office later that day and had to explain to the principal
love you
and
now.
the preschoolers' parents what I did. In a panic, I said the first thing that came to mind.
Not again.
The F word. Complete silence. It haunts me how stupid I was this day.
It's like a zero intelligence run in Fallout. Like, you have one dialogue option, and you're like, dude, again? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna draw aggro from the principal. He's gonna start up the guns in his office, and then he's gonna shred me to pieces. Why don't I have any dialogue options? You're failing every skill check. I knew I should have picked diplomat! Oh, man. It's funny. I mean, the rule of threes really killed it on that one. Getting called into the principal and doing it on the last one, excellent finish. Stuck the landing.
So this story happens in 8th grade and is the worst moment of my life.
You got it.
So I was in print shop, which is a class where we print stuff for teachers in the school. So, one day, we were just printing stuff for the drama production that was going on at the school, and my friend Joshua comes up to me. For context, this kid was a quiet kid. No one knew him really, and he didn't talk at all, basically.
Okay.
So he came up to me and he said to me, "Can you staple my hand?" So me being a stupid little 8th grader, did it.
Sure.
He provided a hammer for me to bash a strip of staples. That, mind you, he wanted to be in his hand.
Okay.
After this day I have learned about peer pressuring,
Right.
and later in the year he showed me a scar that resulted from this interaction.
Really?
Very cringe and very stupid.
Okay, I don't think you needed the hammer. By the way, that's the end of the thing. Why would you do that in 8th grade? Hear me out. So, the reason that I'm pausing here, I was the weird kid in like 7th grade. And stapling your arm doesn't hurt. Not joking. If you staple your arm, it does not hurt. If you go like on a certain spot, you could staple your arm. It's not that bad. It doesn't hurt was a thing. Yeah, it's like a thing. I don't own a stapler, otherwise I would show you. Now, I never did it with a hammer or a whole row of staples. That's a little worse. I don't know why you wouldn't just use a stapler. But what you do is you put the end on your arm and you just go, and it doesn't hurt. Now, I don't think I ever hit the muscle. I think you have to do it in a very specific spot. But yeah, I don't think it was that bad. What's giving me pause is the hammer part. I don't know why we had to introduce another tool into this. I feel like the stapler is enough. Coney is psychotic. No, I just got attention for something once. Some kid in one of my classes was like, you could staple your arm. I'm like, bullshit. And then he did it. And then the next class, I was the staple kid. It like ran through us like a virus. Now I was the staple. I had to show everybody. It was the cool thing that I wanted to tell people now. It went viral. I'm telling you, go try it. You won't get hurt. And if you do, it's because you messed up. Not my fault. I am not responsible for your bills. Good luck.
This happened very unexpected.
That's fair. I was the chugged hot sauce kid. Dude, that's so much worse. That's so much worse than stapling your arm. I think the coolest one of those kids is the sourest warhead kid. Actually, no. That tops off in 5th grade. Whatever kid eats the most sour warhead is king of the playground, and then in 6th grade, that guy's so cringe. Look at me, it's so sour. Hey guys, look! It hurts really bad. I hurt myself a lot. I had a kid, I've said this before, I had a kid that would eat change. He would eat like pennies and quarters and nickels and dimes. Had a belly like a coin star, just like Lucy's coin jar. It's really gross. I had a kid who would eat paper. That one's pretty common, I think. Paper eater kid. Did you guys not have any of these? The kid that'll do dangerous parkour. We had a kid, it was right when parkour was starting to get big. And you know that episode of The Office where, like, Michael is running around and just saying, like, parkour, just doing it off chairs? We had a few kids doing that. Just, like, jumping onto a desk and then off. But, like, never actually being in any danger. It was just fun. It was right around that time. Parkour kid, yeah. It's funny. You guys were the paper eater? I'm not surprised. Wow, what a shocker. Coney's chat is 5% paper eater kid. Right. Uh-huh. Kid who eats the most vile, awful stuff you've ever seen. Yeah, there's always Dare Kid who's like... Dare Kid would be like, all right, here's the school pizza, and he would mash it into something, and then he would pour, like, chocolate milk in it, and then you would buy, like, I don't know, a bag of pretzels, and you would put those in there, too, and be like, what, dare me to eat this? Like an impractical joker. There was that kid, too. I didn't have a paste kid. I didn't think that was real. I never had the paste in the jar like what the type Ralph Wiggum eats. When I was in elementary school, I would eat leaves and grass, and I don't know why I did that. Deer chatter. We have a doe in chat. Beautiful. Thank you, Sicky Pops.
This happened very unexpectedly when I was in 8th grade. We had teams of classmates that would move from room to room together, so everyone knew everyone.
Yep.
And I was part of the main guy group of 7. One of our friends was chubby, and we had a lighthearted and immature joke about his man boobs called Titty Slap Tuesday.
Oh, I hate Titty Slap Tuesday. I know this kid hates Monday night. Monday night at 9 o'clock laying in bed like, oh no.
One of our other friends had a falling out and decided to report some of our inside jokes to the administration in a strange revenge move.
What a piece of shit.
A week after,
That's crazy.
The guidance counselor stopped our science class and came in to have a serious talk with the entire room about Titty Slap Tuesday.
Imagine being a girl in that class. Titty Slap Tuesday. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. And then you find out it's one kid.
And somehow...
Oh, Daryl? Fat Daryl? Oh.
And somehow assumed that we were sexually assaulting the girls in
Yeah,
the
that's
class,
way different.
which never remotely happened
That's
once.
way different.
Not a single fucking person in our class knew what she was...
Yeah, Fat Daryl, the one with the tits? Oh, that's fine.
Not a single fucking person in our class knew what she was talking about. And then our science teacher also scolded the entire room.
That's way funnier for it to backfire. Kid who tells the principal about all the inside... subscribe to Twitch Prime Tier 1. Ads coming up right now. Kid that tells the principal about all the inside jokes and nobody knows what they're talking about. So they just look like such a piece of shit to the principal. That's funny. What is he talking about?
Not a single fucking person in our class knew what she was talking about.
That's good.
And then our science teacher also scolded the entire room. All of the class were just looking at each other in sheer confusion as our friend group experienced an uncanny mixture of annoyance, perplexity, and
That's
thinking
pretty
it
good.
was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if it was a severe telephone mix-up or if he just lied to get us in trouble.
Rod can't say mix-up? He said mix-up. Hi, Matt, man. Matt, you see my tweet yesterday? I posted you jumping into the pit. It's a very funny clip. I want to play again soon, man. That shit was so good. It's such a funny game, man. Like saying it mid-jump is so fucking funny. And like with the crouch, the void groan was my favorite. Where he picks up the hourglass and goes, ooh. That's funny. God, what a good game, man. It's going on YouTube. It's going to get like 100 views, but I don't care. That shit was so funny. The void jump scare. I was legit scared, man. It got me. It was haunting.
During high school, I was one of those kids who desperately tried to be funny.
Who wasn't?
I would make quips any chance I could, and many times, they were positively not funny.
Oh, that's way worse. I didn't have any kid. Like, usually the kids who wanted to be funny in my class were, like, actually funny. I don't know. That's got to be way worse for the funny kid that isn't funny. That's got to be really bad.
The worst was in 9th grade, while we were watching some movie about a kid who had dwarfism.
Uh-oh.
There was a scene where he was in a play as a baby, and while staring at another character's boobs, he had a face very reminiscent of Stephen Hawking that I had found humorous.
Oh, God.
What a great time for a joke.
No!
But I suddenly couldn't remember Stephen Hawking's first name, and for whatever reason my mind filled in the blank with Nicholas. So, with my whole being, I said he looks like Nicholas Hawking.
Dude.
A key thing that I happened to forget, however, was that Nicholas Hawking was the name of one of my classmates.
That is a very... He's not going to believe you. He will not believe you. You're going to explain later, like, no, I meant like Stephen Hawking, like the physicist. No, you didn't. No, that's the one guy with a shared last name. Oh my God, dude. I got to see this face. I got to see the face he made. I'm curious.
I accidentally compared a classmate everyone
Oh
had
my
known and
God.
loved for years to a perverted child with dwarfism.
Oh.
Nobody laughed.
No.
And the depressed-sounding thanks
Oh.
Nick let out afterwards certainly didn't help matters.
Okay, Nick's farming it. Stop, Nick. Stop. Nick, don't farm it. Come on. He feels bad enough. Nobody laughed at the joke. Just pop like a okay. Just do one of those, Nick. Make him feel worse.
Nobody
Oh, that's the end. Oh, man. Yeah, Nick wanted people to feel bad for him. That's all. Oh, man, that's really good. I've done that before, too. Where, like, you don't want the joke to pass. You have to, like, nail the QuickTime event. You have 10 seconds, and you're like, oh, shit, who's the name of that guy? If I nail this, it'll be so funny. You're trying to thread the needle, right? And then you just completely beef it. That's really funny. Ads are over? Oh, you actually might have missed the best story of the night. Sorry. That was a good one. Only, 6 stories in? We might have had the best one. Guess you're going to have to subscribe for the good ones. Twitch Primer Tier 1. Sorry. I'll show you the... I'll turn on the VOD after. Gotta make sure I don't dox myself.
Years ago, I attended a summer pre-college program.
Okay.
For the most part, it was a great experience for me. I felt like a real adult,
Sure.
taking coffee to my classes with actual professors.
Dude.
They kept a container for the most...
I was never a coffee drinker, but there is something to, like, the rite of passage of, like, buying and drinking and experiencing coffee. Having, like, coffee in your everyday life. Does that make sense? I'm a coffee drinker guy. Yeah, exactly. Like, being a coffee guy is like a rite of passage as you become a child into an adult. It's different, right? I tried it. I got coffee a few times on my way into high school, and I was like, I don't know how people drink this shit. Could never get into it. I'm a tea guy.
For the most part, it was a great experience. They kept a container of cinnamon next to the coffee dispenser in the cafeteria.
Okay.
And one day I decided to try liberal sprinkling.
Some mess up and end up with energy drinks. But those guys are, like, cool, right? They're cool. Is that cool when people do that? I like my Monster Rehabs. They're not carbonated. They're a gentle wake-up tool, and they make my heart go really fast.
They kept a container of cinnamon next to the coffee dispenser in the cafeteria, and one day I decided to try a liberal sprinkling of cinnamon in my coffee.
I would try.
I
Fuck
sipped
it,
on
sure.
it during class.
Why not?
And it turned out to be nothing
Thanks, Saggy,
special.
for the prime.
Not wanting to pour a full cup of liquid into the garbage can, I decided to take my cup of coffee to the bathroom during the break to empty it into the sink.
Okay.
I did just that, with the only complicating factor being that the cinnamon had coagulated into a slick, brown, venomous-looking substance at the bottom of the coffee cup, which was now stuck in the sink drain.
Okay.
I ran the tap, but the ungodly slime didn't break apart and didn't wash down the drain.
All right.
Not knowing what to do, I scooped it out with a wok.
Wait, how much cinnamon did you put in? Can you not just pick it up and, like, throw it in the I guess it's hot. Oh, wait a minute. We have a predicament. Just run? I gotta get out of here. That's when it's gonna start crawling on the sink, man. That's a lot of cinnamon for that to happen.
Not knowing what to do, as I walked to the trash can by the door, an older, official-looking woman walked into the bathroom. I think she was a professor or some sort of administrator.
Okay.
She glanced down at the paper towel I held in my hands with what I'm sure looked like a massive pile of soupy shit, glanced up at me in horror, and walked out of the room without a word.
Okay, I don't think that woman thought you were holding a poop. I wouldn't think so.
The look she gave me haunts me to this day.
Well, maybe. I didn't see the look. Yeah, but that smells delicious. Why does this bathroom have such an enchanting aroma? This girl is holding a poop. And yet, it smells like a bakery in here. Like, I feel like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't assume it was poop, man. An aromatic stew. Smells like a Yankee Candle in here, man. What happened to the fucking in the bathroom? She didn't think it was poop. I don't think so. No way. If it was poop, if somebody is holding a poop that smells like cinnamon in the bathroom, I think they have a medical condition and they're asking me to call a hospital. Like something really bad just happened. I don't know what's going on. It's like sticky, like one of those grabby hands you get at the grocery store. Help! I just don't know why you didn't just leave it in the sink. Nobody's going to know it's you, right?
In 8th grade, I went to school sick.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that
8th
bad,
grade
and I
stories.
had schoolwork.
8th grade has to be like the zenith of when you're at your most embarrassing, right? Although I think some people are probably high school. But 8th grade is like one of the worst ones. 8th grade is miserable. I'm honestly very scared for my kid because girls are mean. And I'm like, oh. Like, I had a hard time, and I was a boy who doesn't have it as bad, right? Middle school is god-awful. Yeah, middle school is always the worst. You'll get through it. I hope I do. You know, for my emotional state. Just hope she's a bully. I hope she is a side bully. Like, not Regina George, but like the dumb one, right? Or like somebody who's like a bully, but not a lackey. Yes, my kid can be a follower, a lackey. Because like in the Disney Channel original movie, the lackeys don't fall face first into like the manure truck. You know what I mean? Usually what happens is the leader falls face first in the manure truck and they're like, wow, she's not cool anymore. Let's go to the mall. You feel what I'm saying? If I can have a hench kid, and then she could grow up and be like, oh, now I could experience autonomy and have a sense of self, and I don't have to be beholden to this leader weird pack mentality. Like, she could be her own person in, like, 10th grade. But I hope she's a side bully in the 8th grade. Which means I need to, like, find out, like, I gotta shop at Claire's. I gotta go to Claire's soon and figure out all the hot new trends.
I didn't think it was that bad, and I had schoolwork to do, so I figured I'd just power through.
Dude, I went to Claire's recently because my kid's very excited for it because it's like a grown-up store. It blows my mind. You can walk into Claire's and get your ear pierced as young as like 6 months old. Because I'm like, who gets their body pierced on a whim as a child? Right? That's crazy. Like, I can't, like, if you're an adult and you're like, oh, I'm going to get a silly tattoo, it's weird, but, like, who walks into Claire's like, oh, they have a special going on today, I get 3 free studs if I buy an ear piercing today? Who staples their arm on a whim? Somebody with an audience. That's the answer. If you're going to Claire's, your audience is your family. If I'm stapling my arm in the science lab, I got 30 people watching. Behold! They're going to be talking about me. I'm telling you.
I didn't think it was that bad, and I had schoolwork to do, so I figured I'd just power through.
Let's start over. I don't remember. Sorry.
In 8th grade, I went to school sick.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that bad, and I had schoolwork to do, so I figured
Poop
I'd just
story
power
or vomit
through.
story?
English
Thanks, hey,
rolls
Sharon.
around and I'm sitting at my desk when all of a sudden I have the violent urge to throw up.
Ooh, that hits
I could have
fast,
ran
too.
to the garbage can, hell. Maybe even the bathroom like 2 doors down.
Yeah.
But me and my infinite stupidity decides to raise my hand, so I can politely ask the teacher if I can go to the bathroom.
You did the right thing.
Problem was, we were in the middle of watching a movie and her eyes were on that screen, not watching for some poor anxiety-ridden teenager who needed to ask permission to throw up.
Ooh.
So yeah, I threw up all over my desk. I hadn't eaten anything since lunch the
Oh.
previous day, so it was pretty much all liquid.
Oh.
Now many people would immediately react, but I was so persistent on keeping my hand raised.
Oh.
After about a minute or two I finally blurted I threw up. We turned the lights on, and everyone can see throw up all over my desk. I was sent to the bathroom to clean myself off and call my parents to come pick me up.
Uh-huh.
I ended up waiting like 10 minutes, because my mom was also sick and shitting herself on the toilet, so I just had to think about what I'd done. And yes, my friends did call me throw up girl after that.
Oh, man. Oh, dude. Oh, that's bad. That's on the teacher, though. Girl chatter? Isn't it crazy whenever it's a girl, it's like, oh, that whole story is in a new context now. Like the lady walking into the bathroom last time, it's like, oh, wow, it's ladies' night. Okay. I have a 5% YouTube audience of that. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, I think this is on the teacher. This is why teachers should have their stuff in the back of the class. This isn't your fault. I don't think this is cringe. It's cringe for you. It's embarrassing for you, but I feel like people would remember it, but nobody would blame you. Maybe it's because I've thrown up semi-recently. I throw up, like, once every 5 to 10 years. I don't throw up a lot. But my kid brought home norovirus, so I was your mom in that situation. Very gross. Saying I threw up after throwing up is pretty funny. I think what's funny about that story is the weird inclination to just, like, observe customs in the classroom. Like, as any adult would be like, yeah, you should have just ran to the bathroom. But we have this idea that, like, if you run to the you're going to go to jail. You're going to get in trouble. Like, the teacher's going to be really mad. That's funny.
Back when I was 12, there was this girl who I was...
Like when Max put on the show for Powerline in a Goofy movie, and he was going to end up in the electric chair. My kid loves that movie. We watched it again today. Sorry. She loves that. We watched it again. It's her favorite movie. Sorry.
Back when I was...
Fourth Goofy movie reference today. It's the first one today. It's the first one today. It just happens a lot because I watch that movie like once a day at least. She loves it.
Back when I was 12, there was this girl who I was partnered with in music class. I was kinda interested in her, and I got the impression she was kinda interested in me.
Right.
This was the first time I'd ever...
Has she seen an extremely goofy movie? Can you guess what she said? I put it on. Opening scene. PJ Maxx and the cheese guy are in the backyard on the half pipe. Do you know what she said 5 minutes in? I don't want to watch this. Boom! Monsters, Inc. Da-da-la-da-da. Da-da-la-da.
This was the first time I'd ever felt like this, so there was a long period where I was steeling myself to start putting the moves on her.
Okay.
Our music room was laid out weirdly, and we were in this small room that the teacher never really came in.
Mm-hmm.
So we would always half-hours our work in like 10 minutes, then fanny about for the rest of the time.
You're gonna fanny about? You're gonna have a fanny about? On your fanny? Saw a tweet recently about British slang. Apparently their new thing is, how greedy? Which I kind of want to steal. I like that. That's good.
One day, we found a bunch of files on the computer which had videos of performances from a different class. We decided to watch one of a girl who happened to be my cousin. Neither of us really liked this girl, so we're kinda shit-talking her, and I say something along the lines of, well, pity me, this is my cousin. She looks a bit confused, so I repeat myself, and she responds with, oh, she's my cousin too. The first girl I was ever interested in turned out to be my, second cousin or something. Needless to say, I did not end up putting the moves on her, and we switched partners soon thereafter.
Oh, dude, how do you even discover that? At least you found out. Dude, this resolved itself the best way that it could. You found out early, and you both had the appropriate reaction where it's like, oh, phew, bullet dodged. Yeah, that was, good Lord. Okay, you made it. Jesus Christ, man. That was lucky, yeah. And the fact that both of you responded, well done. Holy shit, man.
When I was 17, I went to an amusement park with two of my friends.
Cool.
The amusement park was split into two parts, one that was mostly thrill rides, and the other being a water park.
Sure.
We went to the water park first, because apparently the thrill rides would only open in the afternoon.
It's weird.
We had a lot of fun at the water park, and decided to go to the thrill rides after having lunch and changing out of the swimwear.
Uh-huh.
The showers are all full, and there are no separate dry changing room, so we have to change our clothes in the showers.
Sure.
My friends managed to get clothes, and I'm left looking for a free one. I eventually find one, but it had no lock. But at this point, I don't want to look for another one.
Yeah, you can rush it. You
I
pop that
decide
quick.
to quickly take a shower,
fine.
and as I am removing my clothes, the door is cracked open. I panic and slam
That's
my
when you
body
pop
into it, somehow managing to get my underwear wet.
Oh.
In my infinite wisdom, I decide to go commando for the rest of the day,
That's fine.
reasoning that my shorts are tight enough that there's no way anyone could see.
Well.
What I do not realize, until I've met up with my friends again outside, is that there's a huge hole in the bottom of my shorts right at the base of my sack. I am absolutely mortified but somehow manage to keep a straight face in front of my friends, who are just excited to go on the thrill rides.
Oh.
I tell them I'm feeling nauseous and sit out of all the rides.
Dude, wait, oh my god, everybody's had dreams like this. Dude, you can't wear the pants backwards. You can't, you gotta wear the wet underwear. You have to wear the wet underwear. You have to. How wet? Like damp? Right? The wet underwear will eventually dry. Well, if it's under the shorts. Maybe buy some, like gift shop shorts. Yeah, you need something, man. Oh my god. This is quite a predicament. This is quite the challenge. You just gotta go wet underwear. That's all. You have to.
I tell them I'm feeling. I start scrolling through my phone trying to think of anything but the breeze on my balls. Eventually, while my friends are on one of the rides, I decide to sit down and scroll on my phone. I remember my parents told me to take videos of us on the rides, so I opened the camera app on my phone and look up to see a couple on the ride staring at me. I look down and see a ball in a part of the shaft fully visible. My heart sinks. Dude. I stand up and start to walk away as fast as I can.
Put that away!
I see the man whisper something into the ear of the other person sitting beside him.
Oh no, it's a nightmare.
Attention.
This is a nightmare.
Because he thinks I
this
don't
is a
know
nightmare.
About the
it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
I and managed to get away from the ride before it starts and spend the rest of the day
Get
trying
out!
my best to not let my friends realize why I refuse to go on any of the rides.
I would jump over the fence that the roller coaster has around it. I would hope I got decapitated. I would go to the Superman roller coaster with the hanging legs, and I would just put my head out like this. Please kick my head out. Please. Kill me.
Refuse to go. I have to walk and sit with my legs smooshed against each other, and it is incredibly uncomfortable the entire day. To add another layer of irony, when I reach home, I open my bag.
Did you have
to see an
underwear,
extra set of clothes in a compartment I hadn't checked
Yep.
in the rush that my mom had put in without telling me.
Right.
I curse my stupidity. And ever since, I have always triple-checked what clothes I have packed whenever I go anywhere.
That's funny. That's a good one. Yeah, just go with the... I understand, like, the moment being, kind of confusing and not making the right choices, but, like, just be uncomfortable. Right? Just wear the damp clothes. Do you guys remember... This is Smash 4, I think. Do you guys remember Leo Saga 2GG? Old Smash tournament. I forgot to pack underwear. I packed all of my clothes, but I packed 0 underwear for that trip. Just forgot. It's like a 4-day trip. I never ended up going because I got snowed out in Denver airport, thank God. So you went to a Walmart and bought some, end of story. Well, it's not that simple, though. You got to understand, when you're at these tournaments, you can't, like, am I really going to get an Uber all the way to Walmart? That's expensive, right? I'd probably just go commando. I probably would have just let it rock. You think I'm going to buy Walmart underwear? Come on. I was a Smash caster. I don't make any money. Thank you, Morganic. I'm not buying no tidy whitey Fruit of the Loom 6 in a pack for $3 thing, okay? I deserve better than that. Second SmashCon, I brought only 2 pairs of socks and it rained torrentially on day 2. Bro was walking out. That's funny. Okay. Oh my god, it's stuck in my head. You're green with it.
A little background information.
Yep.
Me and my friends were in our YouTuber phase about around 2019.
Who wasn't?
Also, the time porn bots were popping up in small YouTubers' comment section.
Dude, I still get those. Have you guys seen those? Please stop liking them. I think people are ironically liking them every time. I keep getting porn bots in my comments. It's like, who's watching this in 2028? And so many people like them because they're funny. And I think I replied to one once because I thought it was funny. But now they're like straight up just like a hole. Like there's just a hole there. It's not even like obscured. It's legit like a vagina. And I'm like, dude. I report it every time because that's too far, right? That's a lot. But holy shit, man. Where? Guy who found out you could see vaginas on the internet. Wait! Like assy art? No, man. Like it's just it's like a YouTube channel profile picture and it's just straight up nudity. Like I you know, it's bad. Coney Nation, where are you? Yep, that's the one.
Now to the story. My friend made a video, and I wanted to show my parents.
Cool.
They found it funny. I glance at a comment section and see a person commenting really funny. I found a comic strip. Click this link to view it. My dumbass clicked the link, and what popped up was Judy Hopps getting railed by the fox character from Zootopia. Another thing, I had dropped my computer about 50 times before this, and sometimes the cursor would just not move. Guess what happened?
I
Me
think
and my
I know
mom
what
and dad
happened.
are watching this scene for about 45 seconds before the cursor could move.
Ain't nobody in the family know about Alt F4? Whole family don't know about Alt F4, huh? Ain't nobody know Control W? We're leaving that shit up. Close the computer!
I was in 6th grade. I am now going into sophomore year.
Oh.
I am still banned from YouTube, but still break it to watch these stories.
Oh my God. Hey, put me on to mom and dad. Take me, show this to your mom and dad. Listen, your son or daughter is very sorry for that Judy Hopps animation, but I'll have you know, some people pay very good money for that on Patreon.com. Maybe your son or daughter is probably son. Maybe your son is a connoisseur. I don't know. Maybe he just clicked a bad link. But please let him continue to watch the Coney channel, and why don't you two subscribe? Please. We're almost at 200K. Come on, mom and dad. Now that's how you do a CTA. Boom. +2 subs. Yeah, I think it's time to change the voice. We've had Rod for a while. Let's go, Charles.
So this was back in, I'd say, the early 2010s, and I was really young. At the time, my family lived in a cul-de-sac. And
I like how he didn't know the fox's name. That's how he has plausible deniability. The fox, I think he's like voiced by like Jason Bateman or something, and the movie song is by Shakira, and she's like an antelope, and he's like a thief or something, and he runs a racket, and he teams up with John, but I don't know his name or anything.
At the time, my family lived in a cul-de-sac, and one day in October I was outside my house, and the neighbors in front of my house that my family were friends with were outside. Since it was October.
Why is everyone in that movie hot? I don't get it. Why did they make all the animals in Zootopia, like, really attractive? Isn't that weird that they made, like, all of them really hot? What a weird thing for Disney to do. Like, I want to fuck every animal in that movie. That's so weird of them. That's weird for them to do. That's really funny. That's good.
We're outside. Since it was October, they had a pumpkin on their front yard.
Okay.
This pumpkin in particular had a push-in kit of Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story on it.
Cool.
Probably because
Thanks,
I was
Nix.
intrigued by how unusual it was, I decided to pick up the Buzz Lightyear pumpkin and walk away with it, only to realize that I shouldn't take it from
cool.
them.
Free
So
pumpkin.
I decided to bring it back to them. And by bring it back to them, I meant by throwing the Buzz Lightyear pumpkin
to the
onto
rescue.
sloped concrete. The pumpkin proceeded to explode with pumpkin pieces and Buzz Lightyear appendages rolling down the concrete that leads into the garage, and I even heard the mom go, "Oh, Buzz." Realizing what happened, I immediately ran back in my house.
Oh, Buzz. To infinity and beyond. Clearly, I will go sailing.
Probably because I was
No
in it back
more.
to them. And by bring it back, even heard of them on the Buzz Lightyear pumpkin incident was never brought up again. And my
That's
family
very
would
funny.
eventually move to a different neighborhood in 2012 and lose all contact with those neighbors.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I should also mention that none of my family members were there with me when this happened and most likely know nothing about that event.
That's pretty good.
To this day, my mind still likes to remind me of this memory of mine.
Honestly, well, no. I've always wanted to throw a pumpkin, but I don't get to really do it ever. I've always wanted to throw a pumpkin really high in the air, but I've never had the opportunity to do it. So you kind of got that out of the way early. You can do that? Wait, what happened? Why is everybody looking up? What is everybody looking at? Is it the pumpkin? Did somebody post something? Did I miss something? Why is everybody looking up? I did it last year. Don't let it sit around and rot. I figured the birds would eat it. I've always wanted to throw a big-ass pumpkin in, like, a parking lot. You know what I mean? If I could just, like, throw that shit up there. But I thought the birds would, like, get to it. Dogs like pumpkins, apparently. Maybe a dog will eat it. We let ours freeze in the snow over winter. That's a long time. Well, I guess it depends on where you live. I get snow in, like, February and no other month, so that's a long time to leave it out there. My cat eats broccoli, Coney. Thanks. That's awesome. My dog eats grass, and he always throws it up, and it's pissing me off, dude. I've had to clean my carpet 3 times this week. It's so annoying. He will not stop eating the grass. And then I just hear this, like, dude, that telltale, like, get outside, get outside, get outside. Get outside now, go outside.
Like some chatters.
I hate that fucking noise, man.
Like some chatters. I have also been to a religious camp when
Oh,
I
hell
was
yeah,
around
more God
12 or
stories.
13. We went up to the
Praise be.
mountains and stayed in some cabins for a week. We also did about an hour and a half of lessons every morning.
That's a lot.
One day, our pastor was giving us a lesson on being salty and how we shouldn't be salty because that's what the Bible said or
Did he
something.
use that word?
To demonstrate
Gamer
this,
pastor?
he brought up some volunteers. We were split into 2 groups and he handed 2 of the same food items to
Real
one
salt?
person from the group. The catch was that one was covered in salt, and we had to figure out which one had it.
Okay.
Then it's my turn. He hands me, and somebody from the other group, a small plastic cup halfway filled with Nutella.
Uh-huh.
Because I love Nutella and I also have I didn't stop to consider that mine tasted a little weird, so I scarfed the whole thing down.
Uh-huh.
Since we both finished our cups of Nutella, and nobody said anything about it tasting salty, the pastor didn't really know what to do. So he had everybody go sit back down. I go sit back down happy with myself because I got to eat some Nutella.
Wait, I'm not quite following what happened here. I'm still a little confused. Like, the pastor asked for group participation. He gave you a cup of dessert. You ate all of it, and then that's it. Like, you weren't supposed to eat it.
As we were wrapping up the lesson, I got up to go leave when I just vomited in the middle of the floor.
Oh, now I get it. It's a vomit story. Oh, you threw up. Got it. Okay. I was lost for a second. Right. You threw up in the church.
No build up, no warning, just vomit.
It was poison.
I didn't really know what to do, so I just stood there with everybody staring at me.
Oh.
Eventually, they got everybody outside and cleaned it up, and I learned to never trust food from a church.
I guess so. You're telling me that's the body of Christ? Come on now. That? Oh, and I bet you got his blood too. And there it is. Of course. Wow. Can salt not go in Nutella? I feel like that's a normal thing. That's why I was confused. I feel like Nutella with salt is probably like a candy bar. Probably too much salt. Can you eat so much salt you throw up? Don't be mad at me for asking. I'm a curious young man. You can. I feel like you'd be able to taste it. If it's that salty, you'd be able to taste it. Try right now. I don't have salt with me. And I don't have any Nutella. I don't eat Nutella. Fucks up your stomach lining. Ugh. My stomach lining. My gut bacteria. Oh, my microbiomes aren't going to like this.
Be me.
Dude, sorry about this aside. I watched one, I forget what it is. It was some, like, YouTube recommendation channel thing that was on my recommended, and I watched one Theo Von video, and that is the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. And I know his appeal is, like, he's, like, the funny, dumb coworker that you know, and he is funny. I know he's, like, the everyman thing, but that he's... I think his, like, whole spiel is, like, he's the dumb coworker who has a bit of sage wisdom to offer with his... you know, salt of the earth, down home wisdom. And that's fine. He occasionally hits a banger. He's funny. He's a funny guy. I'm not flaming him. I'm just saying, I watched 2 or 3 videos because I'm like, this guy's got to be doing a bit, right? But it's not like a Larry the Cable Guy thing. That's just his shtick. And that's fine. That's fine. He's the funny guy you can't trust to grill. That sounds like a review of his podcast that he put on the thing. Who? Theo Von. He's a stand-up who now has, like, an extremely popular podcast. Like, crazy popular. He's brain rot Shane Gillis. Yeah, something like that. Isn't it weird that, I don't know, I guess comedy's in a pretty good spot. I think Shane Gillis is funny. But it was like Tom Segura was the guy a few years ago. John Mulaney had his time. Louis C.K., like, a decade ago now, I guess, but... What do you think about Bill Burr? I think he's very funny, but I think the whole, like, I'm angry, I'm really mad, like, that shtick just wears on me after a while. Gotta get your coffee. Just trying to get my donut. It's brutal. I think he's very funny, but he's moved away from that. I just watched one of his specials, and it was awful. I only watched, like, the first 10 minutes. I think it was him at, like, the Rocky Stadium in Colorado or something. Like, cancel culture. You can't say anything. Okay, man, it's been, like, 4 years. Red Rocks, maybe that was it. But he is very funny. He's very funny. I'm not flaming him. He's very funny. It's just, you know, he's working a certain, like, it's too much. His last special was not good, and I'm a huge fan. I think he's a funny guy. I'll sometimes have, like, you know, these phases where I'll watch, like, every Bill Burr video that comes up to me on YouTube recommended. He's a funny guy. He's very well-spoken. It's not anything like that, so. Bill Burr used to be very funny. I think he still is. He's a funny guy. It's just, you know, when you find out what works, sometimes you hit the same button a few too many times, and it worked. It just, you know, I got a little sick of it.
Be me. In high school, chilling.
Well, he said be me.
Be me. In high school, chilling at home. Crush comes over to copy my notes. Oruga. She's copying my notes. I'm cracking jokes. All is well.
Okay.
I get thirsty. I pick up a can of juice in arm's reach and take a swig.
Ashtray.
It is April. I left this can out overnight.
Oh
I saw an ant on my desk earlier.
Yeah.
Be me. Mouth now filled with 100 ants. That got trapped in the can. Some still alive.
Oh, God.
Crush notices awkward break in conversation and looks over.
Mouth
I swallow
full of ants.
and feign coughing
Oh,
while suppressing
God.
the urge to throw up. I managed to not get sick, but will now never drink from an opaque container.
Ant-Man, why did you do that? The new Ant Mother. Yeah, you got a colony in there. Oh, dude, they're going to eat your intestines. Dude, eating one ant is fine. Eating a full group, a colony of them, and you don't know how many of them are alive? Oh, my God. How hot does she have to be for you to swallow those ants? Are we talking like for you to swallow the ants, right? Like you have to have a big crush on this person, right? Not that hot, man. You're telling me you're never swallowing the ants? I would do it for any woman. White Knight in chat. Worry not, my dear. That's good. That's a good story. Honestly, I think Charles's telling was added a lot to it. I like to be me on that. Bro secretly just likes to eat ants, leaving out a can of orange Fanta to get my protein for tomorrow. You guys ever crush an ant? That smell? Ugh. It's gross.
When I was around 5 or 6, my dad was really into the Philadelphia Flyers. One night, my dad, his friend, that friend's son, and I all went to go see them play hockey live. Around halftime, my dad bought me something to eat. The All-American Frankfurter.
Okay.
Well, I was usually the type to immediately decimate anything I was given to chow
Big-ass
down
hot dog?
on. Just this once, I hesitated as I held the wiener in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I began to concoct a Machiavellian scheme. If I could throw the hot dog so powerfully that it would end up on the ice rink, then I could mess up the rival team's game and make the Flyers win.
This is absolutely something a kid thinks. This is the most real story that has ever been submitted to Cringe Confessional. A kid definitely thought this. It sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. Like, this is absolutely something a kid would think. Like, oh, I know what to do. Like in a cartoon. Let me just throw this onto the thing.
Of course, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Knowing I would relish this moment, I gave the glizzy one last gander.
Dude, that shit was probably
before darting it forward with all my might.
$19.
Tragically, it did not end up on the rink, but instead in the hair of a woman 3 rows below us.
Oh.
My dad turns to me. What did you do that for? I begin to explain step by step my brilliant ploy to bring honor to the Flyers as my dad stares blankly. I end by asking, can I have another hot dog?
No!
I am hungry.
It was an $18 hot dog. No, son. Well, you gotta feed him something. You gotta feed him something. It's the dad's responsibility. Oh, man. That's the fear of every parent. Some kid concocting some harebrained, cartoonish Bugs Bunny scheme that only they know about. It lives in their brain. Oh, that's funny. He's eating when we get home. Yeah, maybe we'll stop and get a Happy Meal on the way home. Maybe, if you're good. Oh, my God, dude. I've told this story before, but maybe there's new people in the chat. When I was like 5 or 6, my dad, who was a mechanic, brought he had a Jeep, I think? And he had it was a Jeep. It was an old Jeep, and he brought his shit because it kept overheating. And the mechanic gave him a fire extinguisher. They're like, listen, if this shit catches on fire, you're going to need this because your engine is really hot, and it might actually catch on fire when you're on the road, so keep this. I guess they just did that back then. This isn't a joke. It did catch on fire, and we pulled into the parking station of a Heckinger's, maybe a Macy's. I can't remember. But and we, my dad pulled over. We get into the parking lot. He gets the fire extinguisher. It's like a little fire. It's not bad. And I was convinced, and I told my dad this, that guy tricked us, and that it was a Wile E. Coyote type scheme to set our car ablaze. Like the fire extinguisher started the fire. Like, oh, he gave us a fire starter. And I'm telling my dad this while he's actively putting out a fire. Like in the middle, he's like trying not to let his car burn down. And I'm like, Dad, I know what happened. I know what happened. That guy, and he said, stop. And I'm like panicking, right? I'm like Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm like screaming. I'm telling him exactly what happened. That guy tricked us. For no reason, by the way. Why would he even do that? Moral of the story is kids are very stupid, and I fear the day that my kid has one of these stupid ideas. Good story. No, my kid hasn't done anything like that yet. She tries to trick me sometimes, but nothing. Like, kids are sneaky. Like, we have a trampoline. We'll go out of the trampoline. We'll bounce on the trampoline. I'll be like, all right, sweetie, Daddy's going to take a break. I don't want to keep bouncing. And the moment I stopped, she said, let's go swing. Come push me. And I'm like, sweetie, I gotta stop. And it's like, if I ever stop, she wants to do the next thing, so I get up. You know what I mean? Just little tricks like that, though. Kids are funny.
This is the story of the night that defined the end of my first relationship.
Okay.
I started dating this girl the summer before my sophomore year of high school. Over text.
Okay.
She broke up with me about a month and a half into school, like midway through October.
That's tough.
Her birthday was at the beginning of October, but she was having this big Sweet 16 party in a fancy hotel ballroom that doubled as a Halloween party at the end of the month.
Rich kid.
Prior to our breakup, she had Halloween costumes picked out for us.
Oh,
Lilo and Stitch.
that's cute.
Obviously, when we broke up, we called this off, right?
Right.
Wrong.
Oh,
She still wanted me to come to her party, and she still wanted us to wear this costume.
and you did it, didn't you? You showed up to the party as Stitch, and she's Lilo, and you guys are not Ohana.
So there I was,
Uh-huh.
sitting there on a shirt with Stitch's face on it, and normal unthemed cargo shorts, in a group of like
Oh.
15 people. That included my ex, who was wearing a flower shirt, theme skirt, and accessories including a flowery. My whole high school class was invited, and most of them were there. Me and her didn't speak to each other the entire night, despite our matching costumes.
You got left behind. Oh, that's so sad. Okay. That's brutal. Okay.
Me and her didn't speak. She was also hitting on 2 different other guys
Oh
for the
my
duration of the night.
God.
I would have left early, but didn't want to be rude. Shockingly, we were back on good terms like a year or 2 after that and remain to this day.
That's sweet, I guess. That's a very I don't know if I could still be friends with somebody who put me through that. You're a good person, I guess. That's very sweet. That's sad, right? Just imagine being the guy, dude, imagine being the guy that she's hitting on, right? Like, isn't that your dog over there? Isn't that the guy in the Stitch costume? Oh, no, that's my cousin. Like, oh, you got to stand up for yourself, man. Chat, never let this be you. That's crazy. Sounds like an awesome party. Yeah, for everybody but Stitch.
In my first year of unit, I had to do a group presentation.
Yeah.
It was during the COVID era, so it was via video, but my group met up in person, just to make sure everything was okay,
Sure.
alongside the actual markers. The other groups were also present in the call, and were allowed to ask questions about other people's presentations.
Right.
It is kind of an unspoken rule, however, that doing that is a dick move.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, in my section of the presentation,
Yeah, but you
I
gotta
had
ask
taken a graph
one
from
to
an
show that
article
you're
to show something
engaged.
off. I had very clearly highlighted the section of the graph that was relevant to what we were doing. Everything goes fairly smoothly, and the markers go, okay, any questions from the other groups?
Right.
And some absolute bastard asks a really specific question about an irrelevant part of the graph. I don't even think the study I had taken the graph from had an explanation. I try and fail to answer the question before the markers move us along. Under my breath, I mutter, who the fuck asked that? My group all look at me like I had just shot someone. I might as well have, because I still had my mic on. I
Oh,
quickly say
that's
sorry
funny.
and mute my mic in shame.
Oh,
We
no,
lost one
you
mark on that
acknowledged
presentation
it?
for failing to answer that question.
That guy got your ass. You got boomed. That's great. You actually lost a grade for that. That guy got you.
At the time, I was drowning in shame, but no regrets.
Dude, that's so funny that, like, you could get dinged for that. He definitely did it on purpose. Yeah, exactly. Imagine being that guy. Dude, oh, that's so funny. I would never be that guy. But dude in class who asked the most fucked up, obtuse question to try to get the other teams for no reason. Just randomly asking some bullshit. That's funny. Do people not just say things in their head? If I'm especially annoyed, I'll say, like, if I'm very annoyed, I'll say something. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Like if I was on a work call or something, I always muted, but I've done that a few times. You ever be on a work call at like 8:30 and everybody's like like clucking like little hens about what they did over the weekend. And oh my God, it was so cold, but then it wasn't. The weather's so bipolar. Oh my fucking God. I'm going to gouge my eyes out. The weather is so bipolar, anything could happen. It's supposed to be nice this weekend. Do you have any plans? I'm going to reach into my mouth and I'm going to grab my uvula. I'm going to rip it this way. Oh, I just came up with that. Oh, isn't that bad? That's a new one. My brain just... Oh, like a hangnail. Like... Ooh. That's a bad one. Small talk kills the gamer. I hate a small talk, bro. Dude, I was a web developer. Give me code, man. Coney, you are sick and twisted. Just a single gaze into my dark, twisted mind. I have 2 modes. Nicest guy you'll ever meet, and twisted psychopath. Front-end dev is important. I'm all about the user experience. You don't know what Node.js is, bro. Calm down. I know what Google is, all right? Why don't you put that shit on GitHub so I can steal it? Guys, I just put my entire life work on a GitHub. Does anybody want to use it? Google, how to make box in HTML. Thanks, dork. Put that shit up. It's open source. Okay. I got Google, and if I was still at that job, I would have GPT. I would have a chat GPT. My job would be so easy, bro.
When I was roughly 6 or 7.
Google can't even do that now. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good point. If I had to go back to my job, I'm fucked. My boss would be like, can we have this functionality? I'm like, probably. Let me go see. And my job was Google because I was better than everybody else at Google. And I would Google it, I'd find it, and I'd be like, oh, that's going to take me like 2 days. It took me like 3 hours to put in the code. Crazy.
When I was roughly 6 or
If
7,
that.
my friends and siblings decided that it would be great to create a gang that's whole thing was adding swear words to every object we saw. For example,
Awesome.
Look, it's a shitty lamppost, or do you see that fucking bin?
Good one.
Now, as you would expect, 6-year-olds tend not to know the limit of doing things such as these,
Right.
especially those of the neurodivergent variety.
Yeah, your
Can
parents
you
should
guess
step
how this
in.
gang disbanded? That's right, I spotted an old woman, and, in earshot, exclaimed, "Hello, fucking granny." I'm still haunted by this moment, and everyone involved agreed to never bring it up again.
Okay, you can't address people. People are not things. If you do that with lampposts or fire hydrants or like mailboxes, that's one thing. You can't do that with grandma. That poor grandma is like, what did I do? What is that kid's problem? It's like a whole group of kids. Hello, fucking granny. You're 6. I would punt that kid. That's funny. You know what the worst part of that is? Maybe I'm saying this because I'm a parent. The kid doesn't get in trouble. The parent does. Although that's not probably the worst thing because probably your parent should have stepped in and done something. You should not be allowed to do that.
This is a story from when I was doing a study abroad in college.
Okay.
We all lived together in a dorm, so we would occasionally run into each other when doing chores.
Yeah.
I had what you might call a bad habit formed from laziness. When it was late at night and I had to pee, I often thought to myself, but the bathroom is so far.
Uh-huh.
Streamer, this is when I came up with an incredible solution.
Bottles or sink. Bottles or sink. Bottles.
I drained some bottles of lemon iced tea and peed in those.
Bottles. Drawer? Never true. Dude, the pee drawer is once in a lifetime. If you guys are new to the Coney Cringe Confessional series, I implore you to go look at some old tapes. In one of our stories, a young Coney viewer peed in their drawer, in a cabinet drawer, for months, and that shit somehow didn't leak. That's a pretty good story, yeah. Go check out the old episodes. Subscribe for more.
I drained some bottles of lemon iced tea and peed in those. Since the tea was yellow, no one would question a thing.
Uh-huh.
I had to keep the bottles in my fridge, since they'd stink up my room otherwise.
Yeah.
One night, When my bottles were full, I went to the kitchen to dispose of them.
Oh,
However,
God.
one of my fellow students was in the kitchen too. I went
Oh,
to throw them
yeah.
out, and he stopped me, saying, "Anon, why are you throwing out that iced tea?
It went bad. It went
The
bad.
bottles are still full.
No, it went
It'd
bad.
be a waste."
It went bad.
Me, panicking,
No.
said that I
Oh, no,
didn't
they're
want
gonna
them,
want some.
so
They're
I
gonna
just
want it.
wanted
They're
to
gonna
get
want
rid
it.
of
They're
them.
gonna want it. It's
My
expired.
friend,
Say it's expired.
suspicious of my panicked behavior, said, "Is that really iced tea?" "Yes." "Okay, then you wouldn't mind drinking some of it, would
Oh,
you,
my
dear
God.
streamer and chat? There is something important I have to share with you."
Oh, my God. This guy fucking did it. This is all a setup to say that they did it. I can't believe the other guy would have the audacity to call you on this. That's not his business. Okay. Why couldn't you just say the tea? Dude, tea expires pretty quick, I think, unless it's like brisk. A lot of tea has like a month shelf life. Just be like, no, it's bad now.
At this point in my life, I was incredibly socially
Oh,
awkward,
you
and
drank
I
your
was
pee.
deeply
You drank
afraid
your
of
pee.
confrontation.
Old pee, too.
I did the only
Rancid,
rational
fermented,
thing possible.
jenkum.
"I'll drink it if you drink it."
Oh, my
We
God.
both took a bottle each.
Shall
and stood
we?
in front of the sink.
Okay, why did you dare them? Why are they getting in on this? Why would the other person get in on this? Okay, that's great. The whole gimmick is that they're making you do it. I wouldn't, if I'm the other guy, I'm like, no, I'm not drinking that. What?
We opened the bottles and went to take a swig at the same time.
Are you fucking joking?
My friend, being assaulted by the flavors of my days-old dark yellow piss, vomited immediately. Me, desperate to maintain the facade, no matter the cost, swallowed.
How many cringe confessionals have there been? I think like 15 to 20, right? That, I think, is the second time I've felt like I was going to vomit. I don't normally do that. I don't really have that reaction. That was pretty bad. This is worse than piss gun. I don't think piss gun was my first one. My first one, I had a visceral reaction. I can't remember what it was, but it was bad. Ugh. Eating during this is the worst thing I've done. We had a mod tell us tonight was particularly gross. We should have listened. I was like, oh, it's always gross. What's the difference, right? No, and it was pretty bad. Yeah. Also, don't eat during the Coney stream. I keep telling you guys that. You guys got to show up well-fed. If you're still making this mistake, it's your fault. You did that. Yeah, there's something I think is probably easier to drink your own pee than a stranger's. Right? Like, surely. I just don't... Why... Like, how did it go after they spit, right? After they threw up? Because you drank it, which creates whole new problems. Because, like, you made... Like, if I'm the other guy, I'm like, you made me drink that. You forced me to drink it, knowing it was pee. You swallowed it. You knew I would find out, and yet you still did it. Like, that would cause a fight, I think. I don't know how you don't, like, start... an assault. Yeah, like... It's a fucked up story. Okay.
Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a very anxious person. This is the story that made me realize the levels of cringe that my anxiety could put me through.
Sure.
When I was around 13-14 years old, I would sit next to this girl only in biology class.
Right.
We would joke around and make fun of the teacher together, but never really talked outside of there. And despite that, I still ended up developing a crush on her. Towards the middle of the school year, I somehow got enough courage to tell her how I felt, and one day,
Cool.
when everybody, including the teacher, had left the classroom,
Time to
and
make
it
a
was only
move.
us two left packing our stuff, I decided it was my chance.
Yeah.
I break the silence with, "Hey, would you like to, like, I don't know, I start speaking faster and faster, lose track of what I'm even saying because of how nervous I am, and at some point lose the capability to pronounce any word correctly.
Yeah, you're
She
using
stands
boost
there
power,
looking
right?
at me with confusion on her
Oh,
face.
you're speeding
I
up
don't know what to keep saying or how to stop.
like a
This
VCR and
goes on
fast
for at
forward.
least 30 seconds straight, with
Oh,
what felt like eons. Luckily for me, I was interrupted by a very, very loud fart I didn't even notice I was holding in. It echoes in the walls and leaves dead silence after. I shut up. I pick up my stuff. I muster out a tiny goodbye and walk out of there as quickly as I can. We never spoke again. Still sat next to each other in biology for the rest of the year, though.
dude, what? What? So you walked up to somebody, you were asking if they wanted to hang out. You talked a little bit faster, you kept going, you couldn't stop yourself, you didn't know what to say, and then just and then you said goodbye. I feel way better now. Oh, wow. That was, I don't know what came over me. Goodbye. Bizarre that you got a limit break. What is that? Okay. Good story, I guess. What a fucked up tale. Imagine being that girl. Ads coming. Subscribe with Twitch Prime or Tier 1.
Hey Coney and chat. My name is Vivian. This is actually a very recent story,
Okay.
as of posting this.
Yeah.
So basically me and my wife, we're both trans women. We're watching the most recent cringe confessional video while in our pool. We're having a
Lucky.
good time. When my wife Sonia accidentally dropped her lighter in the pool for her weed
Okay.
while watching the video,
Yeah.
she was kinda dying of laughter a bit.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Coney.
That's it. Thanks. The cringe there is smoking weed. We know that's not cool, right, guys? True. Remember, don't smoke weed and go to church. These are the two things we're learning on the Coney stream. That's what we gotta learn. What happens if you drop a lighter in water? Does oil get in the water? It just breaks, right? It doesn't work? It can work. Okay, I literally just got... I hate being a streamer. I get two different answers all the time, right after each other. It unlights. Pissing me off. I want a pool.
I was a sophomore in high school at the time, and I was talking...
Let's change it up. I'm sick of you, Charles. Time for Peter!
I was a sophomore in high school at the time, and I was talking to this girl for around 7 months.
All right.
We would message each other on Snapchat every day. She would call me Midja, which means my son in Spanish, and in my infinite genius I said, if you keep calling me that I'm going to call you mommy. So she sends the screenshot of me calling her mommy to my friends, and I get clowned on by them for the remainder of the year.
Dude, man, girls are mean. Aww. I was trying to do something. I hate the screen capture.
I eventually just blocked her and made sure to avoid her in school. The last thing I said to her was when she asked me to sign her yearbook, and I just said no.
That's the end of the story. That's how it ends. Oh my god. Dude, I cannot imagine trying to date as a teenager right now. It sounds so fucking bad. You are going to get screenshotted. You can't... Like, flirting is cringe, no matter what you do, especially on text. It's always going to be embarrassing. There's no way around it. Oh, God. That's so bad, man. And everybody's going to meme on you, and if they don't hide your name, it's going to be... God, what a miserable time to be alive. It's really fucked up. All that for, 50 likes at most. Oh, man. The answer is not having a phone until high school. Dude, I don't know what to do with that. Because, all it takes is one 13-year-old with a phone, and now the whole class got to have it because Susie got Instagram, and now all the other kids want Instagram, right? Like, shit. Get your kid a dumb phone? Yeah, probably. But you want them to be socialized, especially if like the online world has so much socialization now. You're not trying to have them coming out being Amish, right? Not to say that they need to have like whatever the highest, like the biggest social media sort of presence, but it's fucked up. You got to kill the parents that get their 7-year-old a phone. Oh, like capital punishment. Jeez, man. I didn't have a phone until I was 15. I was way happier back then. Yeah, God, what a fucked up time to be alive. What a fucked up time to be a kid. It's miserable, man. Oh, she called you mijo and you tried to flirt back and you got laughed at and now everybody knows. Do you fear your daughter's eventual discovery of you online? Yes and no. It's a unique problem, right? Because I have to be like, sweetie, this is all like, oh God, it's gonna be hard because her brain's not gonna be able to reconcile. Like, okay, Daddy's not serious. If you ever see this shit on YouTube, it's not real. He's not serious. It's funny. Daddy's being silly, right? But then you also have to listen to the silly internet man in the corner of the video, like, you have to eat the broccoli. You know what I mean? Like, why would I listen to you, Daddy, Coney, right? Why? I'm not going to listen to you. I don't want to eat that stuff. I want ice cream now. Ugh. She's not going to get it. Daddy, why did you say that about Zootopia? Oh, why did you check that VOD? Sweetie, that was like 6 years ago. How deep into the VODs are you? Why can't you just watch Northern Lion? If I could get my kid onto a different streamer, I think that's the right angle. Right? He needs something else. It's a hard spot, because, like, she's going to naturally be curious, but, like, I don't know. It's a new problem. Gotta find a family-friendly streamer. Dan Giesling in the Lionverse.
For the first 14 years of my life, I lived in a small village called Adolescent, Michigan. But when I say small, I mean it. My class had about 20 people in it.
Okay.
That meant that a lot of activities were shared between grades. For example, gym class.
Right.
In my 5th grade year, we shared the gym with 6th graders. Many of us were into basketball, so most of the time was spent playing chill pick-up games, while the others did some volleyball or walked around the gym.
Uh-huh.
One day we were shooting half-court shots, seeing if we could sink them from so far away. It meant you had to shoot the ball pretty far and strong, but they would just hit the back wall if you missed the basket.
Right.
After a few minutes of this, I wanted to try a different form, which was overhanding the basketball and chucking it. After all, I had sunk it before. I turned to my friend.
Yo, can I get a shout out? If not, that's okay. My YouTube is CJW. We're gonna kill you in the chat. You're gonna die in this chat. You don't have much longer. You have about 10 seconds to have some last words. Oh, you're dead. Just wanted to see if I could scare that guy. I did give him the shout out. I meant in the chat, not for real. Imagine being like 18, 19 years old and hearing a streamer say, "We're going to kill you." I feel like that would scare me. Maybe I'm just old. You know what I mean? Just wanted to experiment a little bit. Just on the stream. Just kidding. Not really. Dead pin into the camera. Yeah, I should have just done this. That channel doesn't even exist. How do you find CJW, man? You threatened us a lot already. Yeah, but not individually. I threaten you guys, like, as a collective group. What if I got one of you, like, in particular, right?
I turned to my friends and said,
That kid is 8 years old. Oh, God. I'm sorry, the government.
I turned to my friends and said, watch this, as I mustered all my strength and wildly lobbed it in the direction of the hoop. Unfortunately, it went far left.
Yeah.
However, what I could not have predicted was that at that moment there was a group of people walking just under the hoop. I watched in slow motion as the ball sailed their direction and yelled heads up. But it was too late. The ball hit the 6th grade popular girl's head like a mortar, which then caused her to drop her iPhone 4 and the screen cracked.
Really dating it with the iPhone 4. I kind of like that.
I ran over and tried to
Very
play it
environmental.
cool, but she was furious. You broke my phone.
Yeah.
You're going to pay for the repair. 5th grade me, with all my intellectual grace, responded by pointing out, well, maybe you shouldn't have been walking under the hoop with your phone. Dear chatters, the look on her face was one of utter loathing.
Got her
I'm pretty
ass.
sure she was thinking about telling her boyfriend to kill me.
You said...
But the
Okay.
worst part, my crush, who
There's a
saw
lot of
the
Disney
whole thing
Channel
unfold,
stories here.
just so happened to be her sister.
Oh, no way.
From that moment on, I knew it was so over.
Yeah, you're dead
I
now.
ended up taking a math class with the popular girl 3 years later, and it seemed like she wanted to kill me slightly less, so I guess it has a happy ending.
Yeah.
But the
She
moral
wouldn't
of
hold
the
on to that,
story
right?
is quite clear. When you chuck a basketball full force, aim for someone else instead.
It's fine. You just throw a ball. Gyms are scary. That's going to happen. Sometimes you get bonked on the head. That's not bad. You just hit the popular girl and she made a mad face. That's not cringe.
Back when the online Nintendo 3DS servers were up, I used to play Animal Crossing.
Cool.
My favorite thing to do was to go on Tortimer Island and to exchange friend codes.
Okay.
I friended a lot of people, which I mostly did visits to their towns and us led for money.
What do kids do on other villagers' islands? Just ask for money all over. Just, hey, can I have some bells, please? Just go around begging.
Now this is where it gets fun. One
Okay.
day I went on a friend's island. We did normal things, talking, shopping, visiting the museum, etc., etc. That was when I
Right.
found a mushroom on the ground and ate it. He then became extremely angry and just led me to give me back his mummy and to leave immediately. We never talked in Animal Crossing over again. Some months later I find about Swap Doodle.
What's Swap
I
Doodle?
tried to talk to the dude and apologize.
Okay.
One day later I look at my notifs and found that this dude sent me a weirdly high quality drawing of him fucking my mother. I unfriended him immediately.
What? What the fuck? He didn't know what your mom looks like, right? Like, how would he? It was definitely just like the average woman with like your mom with an arrow, surely, right? Like, because you ate his mushroom. Mom, yours, in parentheses, not mine. Holy shit, man. You ate one mushroom and you had to, you got kicked off immediately. Oh, that's funny. Are the mushrooms like really valuable, or did that guy just have like, did you just violate a social contract? No. Have to set a precedent. Yeah, I guess you can't. Like, if you let one person come onto your island and eat your mushroom, you're gonna let everybody on there, right? You gotta have some boundaries. Yeah, that's very funny. There's so much funny about this to me. First off, you're just visiting random people's islands. One that you're just going onto their islands and just eating all their food, shaking the peach tree, eating all the peaches. Going to the museum is funny to me. It's I don't know. Animal Crossing's very funny. Having a nice little date. That's good.
I was in 6th grade, and I was a very dramatic kid.
Okay.
I was in the drama and choir programs, and had been in a few non-school musicals.
Cool.
We had a substitute one day who just kinda had us
It's
doing
not
nothing.
me.
This, for some reason, pissed me off, and I tried to rally the rest of the class behind me,
Pissed
using
you
Do You
off.
Hear the People Sing from Les Miserables. It, as expected, did not go the way I was hoping for.
No
And
way.
we had to talk to the teacher the day after. I inevitably got called out for my actions, and my defense resolved to me saying that curiosity killed the cat. But what if the cat isn't afraid of death?
Oh my god.
I still do not know what made me pick this path.
Oh my
and I think
God,
I ended
dude.
up getting sent home.
Dude, I would
We
expel
were moving
you.
anyway, so nothing really came of it. A few years later, while I was finishing middle school or starting
This is
high
an
school,
annoying
I
kid.
remember getting a call from someone who used
This
to
is
be
just
in
young
my choir
Sheldon.
class. We didn't know each other very well, and I get the impression he really only kept in my
Yeah.
network because I was funny to laugh at.
That's kind of the feeling
I'm
I'm
in
getting
my
too.
awkward high school phase, so the moment he mentions curiosity and the cat, I freeze like a deer in headlights and immediately hang up. I still feel bad for the sub. She was just trying to do her job, Mao.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like this type of kid doesn't exist much. Like, you are a very rare breed. You got, like, a very annoying sitcom kid type. You're singing Les Mis because you had a substitute teacher? Like, what did you... where are your parents, man? Is nobody telling you this isn't acceptable? It's a very musical household. This kid lived on Tumblr. Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a... is this like an online thing? Like, I'd be so mad if my kid was like that. Yeah, daddy's drinking a lot. He has to. Having to live with that kid? Oh, God. Oh, there he go with the cat again. He's got the curiosity cat at the... I tell him to go to his room, and he starts bringing up the curious cat. Again. Holy shit, man. He's got his fun little Sun Tzu quotes. Wait, this one has an imager link. Wait.
When I was around 10 years old, I was supposed to meet the Catholic bishop of my city and give him some prayer book that my school had created.
Uh-huh.
My grandma drove me to his office and told me that if he held out his hand in front of me, I was supposed to kiss the ring on his finger.
Wait, really? Is that what Catholics do? Like a mob boss? Oh, grandma's trolling. I thought that might be real.
Obviously, this freak 4th grade me out, and I was worried the entire time that I would have to kiss his hand.
Uh-huh.
My mind was so preoccupied that I didn't hear when he asked me a question. When I realized that he was talking to me, my face turned bright red, and I just responded yes to whatever he said before throwing up all over him.
Oh my God.
I still don't know what he asked me, but I have a picture from before the incident.
Okay.
He was also fired a week later due to allegations of him abusing kids,
Oh.
so I don't feel bad about it.
Okay. Didn't have to put in that last part. That could have just been for you. That didn't have to be something we share. Let's take a look at the picture. I don't know if I should show this. It's just moments before you throwing up all over him. You're looking at that ring, too. You're looking right at the ring. Oh, I'm going to have to kiss his hand, dude. No, but you know what to do. Look how smug you are. I know what to do. As soon as he holds out that hand, oh, I'm going to be prepared. Thanks, Grandma. Mwah. He's locked in on that ring. Trying to thread the needle here, I'm sure. Trying to get the bullseye, right? Exactly where it has to go. Coney, reverse image search it. Not on your fucking life. We're going to leave that right there, okay? We're going to leave that story where it lies. If it didn't happen, that's fine. I'm okay with a silly, funny story that maybe didn't occur. Except for that one guy who tried to rip off Modern Family. What was up with that? Remember that guy? That was weird. Some guy just put in a plot line to Modern Family. What a weird thing to do. Somebody should submit like a Simpsons cringe confessional. Just, my house burned down, like blew away in a hurricane or whatever. And then the whole town built me a new house. And they built the house, and I was so happy, but it was a really shitty house. And then I had a psychotic breakdown and went to therapy, and I said a lot of really bad things to them. Wait a minute. This chatter is Ned Flanders.
After college, I moved back into my parents'
I
house.
had the superintendent over, but I burnt my roast in the oven. And I might have killed my mom upstairs.
After college, I moved back into...
I burned all my family's Christmas presents and then buried them in the yard. That one might get past me. That one, that might actually, you might get away with that one. I don't know. What was that one where Bart, he shot the bird? Dude, that one would work on Cringe Confessional. Where he shot the bird, the mama bird, and then he took care of the baby bird because he was hanging out with Nelson. That Bart, yeah, where he was the bird's mom. That one could work. Family Guy couldn't work. They're too stupid. There's that. You think the big ass chicken is gonna show up in a Cringe Confessional? Come on, man. Okay, sorry.
After college, I moved back into
And then
my...
turns out they were lizards. That's how it ends. I forgot. You're right.
After college, I moved back into my parents' house. The problem was...
I had to help my coworker deliver a pizza, and he was really annoying, but the customer was a jerk, so I chewed him out instead. And the pizza was, like, really far away, and we had to walk. And the customer was like we forgot one thing, and the customer was such an ass. I don't know why this is so funny to me. This is so stupid.
The problem was,
Okay.
after college, I moved back into my parents' house. The problem was, they had wasted no time in converting my old bedroom into an office,
Okay.
so I slept in the family room in the basement. This would have been fine, except there was no door. Just a
Uh-oh.
heavy curtain I hung for some space and
Masturbation
privacy.
story.
My girlfriend was over and my parents went out
Oh,
for
never
a walk,
mind.
so we drew the curtain and got to it.
Okay, that's...
Unfortunately, my parents came
You got
back
two
after
people
just
in this
10
story.
minutes
All right.
and unknowingly told their mid-coital son their plans for the rest of the evening. I tried to speed things along, saying things like, MMHMM
Okay,
sounds good.
thanks,
Got
Dad.
it? See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye. But it was very important for them to tell us every detail of their evening. My mom then realized she hasn't spoken to my girlfriend since her grandfather's
God,
memorial
no
service
way
the week
she's gonna-
before.
Oh, my
and
God.
I've
Time
been
for
meaning
niceties.
to say our condolences for the loss of your grandfather. We are so sorry for your loss. Is there anything we can do?
Go away.
Please remember, we are basically still intercoursing at this point, with literally
No,
only a
not
curtain
now,
between us.
please.
Somehow we kept it together until they finally were out the door, at which point we promptly never had sex again until I moved out.
Oh, God.
Somehow we kept...
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's a fun one. Did they know? Were they trying? Maybe you were making them uncomfortable, and they were trying to make you uncomfortable. Mom and Dad might have been like, "You guys got to stop doing this in the house." They might have known. Parents are smarter than you think. I think one of them knew. Although if Mom knew and she popped that, Mom is a psychopath. Like the dad, like it depends on how detailed he got with the plans. But if Mom like saw where Dad was going and was like, "Oh, I know how to continue this. Hey, how's your dead grandpa?" Susan? Stop. Yeah, Dad was pranking you. Mom's fucked up. That's a silly story.
A few years back, I was on a short road trip with my girlfriend and 2 of her friends. We were
Sick of Charles. Heather? How's Heather? I can't remember.
We were just hanging in the car and listening.
Ryan? Will.
We were just hanging.
We'll just do Will. We got to speed up Will a little bit. I always want to use girl voices, but then I wonder if it like messes with the story because I subconsciously think it's a girl in the story and that turns out to be a guy. And we have to assume that 95% of the stories are from guys, although we get a lot of girl stories.
We were just hanging in the car and listening to music in that classic pass-the-o cable style.
Right.
They shared their favorites and some funnier songs, from 30 Seconds to Mars all the way to Scottish Viking metal.
Jeez, okay.
I had passed a few times as I was still a quiet, reserved person, but my girlfriend had asked me to contribute and join in on the fun.
Uh-oh.
Now, I was in my early 20s, but still had a generous helping of social anxiety. Didn't have many friends throughout school, and I was catching up in that department. And she was even my first girlfriend.
I mean this so sincerely. I think I'm a pretty well socialized guy. I can do okay in social circles. I'm not awkward. I'm not outgoing, but I'm not like, I can be a normal guy. Is this not an uncomfortable situation, like, for everyone? This feels like to tell somebody to be like, hey, why don't you put on a song? Because then everybody's going to be, like, listening to it. And, like, I guess you get the moment where the guy puts on a song you like and then you have a deeper connection. The idea is, like, they do it and then everybody bonds or whatever. But, like, I feel like handing somebody the aux is, like, inviting more problems than it's worth. They're trying to include them. I guess. I guess that's a nice thing to do. No, you're right. You're trying to get... But then... You're right. No, it's the right thing to do. You're trying to get included and be a part of the thing. Especially if it's your girlfriend. Because you're going to have a cute moment. Yeah, no, it's not that deep. You're right. Just get a playlist that fits the vibe. Yeah, you just got to find something that's just like... I don't know. But my brain has a hard time doing that, being like, oh, Jesus, in this moment, in this particular circumstance, in the back of this car, what am I going to put on? I'd be scared, man. Then again, they were putting on Viking metal. You know what I would do? On some coworker shit, depending on what time it is, put on the sea shanty. Hey, did you guys hear this? So stupid. Remember when everybody liked those sea shanties from a few years ago? They're going to love that. I'm just rolling my eyes. Yo, this is epic! Worst possible move? I think it would work. If they're listening to Viking metal and I'm the DJ, I'm putting on the stupid fucking sea shanty, man. If they're listening to Viking metal, it'll work.
Didn't have many friends throughout school, and I was catching up in that department. And she was even my first girlfriend. I've known these friends of hers for about a week prior. So I'm still trying to feel out the general mood and humor of the group.
Sure, it seems like a tough
As you
spot.
might guess, I'm not that great at it.
Right.
But I decided to give it a try.
What'd you put on?
I played a lot of TF2 then and enjoyed the
fuck
culture
me.
and memes. And one SFM animation with a strange song popped into my head. For whatever horrific reason that day, I decided to play that song, involving a certain body part and tapeworms. Turns out, that was a rather strange choice for these much more normal people than I. And it was immediately met with confused, somewhat frightened looks. The driver told me to shut it off, and so I did very quickly by ripping out the O cord from my phone, which was apparently done too hard and broke the cord. The mood beforehand was fun and light, but after my contribution the tension could be cut like butter. The rest of that ride I did not speak, and I never spoke with those friends again after the trip.
That person's dead to you now. You put on some fucked up TF2 SFM remix bullshit, and now that person, you'll never interact with them again. Oh, man. Yeah, but well, you had a girlfriend, right?
But thankfully, my girlfriend saw past my chicanery and is now my wife.
Wow. I did not expect that part.
Link to song?
Oh, we have the song link. Tremendous. Just what I was looking for. You know, I was wondering if somebody in the chat would like know this. This is a song called okay, dude. This is so much worse when you have the name of the song. Passenger of shit, staple tapeworms on my penis. Oh my god. Imagine being the driver. You have a friend, right? Let's call her, I don't know, Margaret. And old Midge has a new boyfriend that she wants you to meet. And everybody's in the car and getting to know each other. And Midge's boyfriend is a little quiet. He's a little shy, but you want him to get be a part of the festivities, have a good time. Everybody else has gone around. Hey, Brad, why don't you put on a song? Midge seems to like you a lot, and I love Midge. Come on. Let's go ahead and let's listen to what you listen to. Okay. I would not marry you. I cannot believe that person is still with you. Dude. I would have made you walk home. You shouldn't have shown this to me or to anyone. This has 8 years ago 1 million views, by the way. Apparently this is not the only upload. This person does not own the music, so maybe this was elsewhere with even more. Wait, there's a TF2 video. 964K views. This is awful, man. This is so much worse. Why is, dude, just put on, like, I don't know, Drake or something. Like, what? Just do Imagine Dragons. You can explain later, right? Like, I don't actually like that. Like, you can think of something, man. Anything but that. Dude, what if they really vibed with it? Yo, who is this? Okay. He does what on his penis? Wait. This is so stupid. I wouldn't even be able to tell what they're saying. Sorry, I've been stuck on this one for so long. It's just that truly unbelievable. Okay. Hold on, I gotta find the next story. Oh, this is a long one. Oh my god. Dude, this one is like 4 paragraphs. Okay.
Before we get started.
Oh, whoops.
Before we get started, here is something that you should know about B. I've always been horrible at saying no to people.
Seems like
I
a
find
theme
it hard
tonight.
to reject others, which had led me to awkward situations in the past.
Right.
Another thing you should know is that in my small city, there are these people in the middle of the city center that try and sell you on their religion or something like that.
Sure.
Nobody really knows, but they talk a lot about meditation and isolation, so colloquially, me and my friends would call them the monk guys.
The monk guys!
I have multiple stories with these monk people that could each be their own confession, but this is going to focus on the worst one.
Sure.
It was fast approaching Christmas, and I was 15 years old. I didn't have much spare money, but I was going to use what money I had left to buy people in my close family Christmas presents.
Very sweet.
The last person I had to buy a gift for was my dad. But before I could get something, I ran into one of these monk people. They asked me for a donation to buy their book, but instead of saying, "No, I don't have any spare money to spend," I thought it would be wise to show them my wallet, because I knew I had no cash.
Yeah,
and
so they'll
the money
believe
was
you.
on my card.
Right.
But when the monk saw my card, they asked if I could take it to an ATM and take out some money to buy the book.
If you
So
show
that
a
is
monk
what I
your
did.
wallet,
I had no
he's
more
gonna
money
ask
left
for
after
the
the book
ATM
purchase.
cash.
I asked my friend group if anyone knew what I just bought, and an Indian friend of mine told me I just bought what is essentially the Hindu Bible.
Awesome!
I wanted to give my dad a present, because he was the only one left. So I thought it would be smart to wrap up the Hindu Bible and put it under the tree to give it to my dad as a
Awesome
present.
gift.
We
Okay.
are not Hindu or religious at all, really.
All right.
Anyway,
Can you
on
spin
Christmas
this?
Day, some extended family came to celebrate.
There might be a
the
way to
type
spin
of
this.
family that you only see once or
Let's
twice a
achieve
year.
enlightenment, Dad.
Everyone is having a great time, opening presents. But then it is my dad's turn to open mine.
Uh-huh.
He opens it, stares at it, and the room goes from really excited to silent for a few seconds.
Oh no,
because
everybody
everyone
is looking at
confused.
the give.
Then to fill the air, I just said, "It's the Hindu Bible," and didn't think to give any other context.
Okay.
The room then went silent for what felt like about 10 seconds, with everybody staring at me or passing a glance to the book.
Yeah.
Then my dad just said, "Okay, thank you," and then he put the book to the side.
Okay.
It took a while for the mood to get back up.
Could you not, chat? You gotta have a game plan. You can spin this. I was learning about some Hindu teachings in school, and I found out that they were very interesting. And I love you, Dad, and I thought that you might be interested. Can nobody spin that? Oh, man, you could find a way to wing it. Even if he knows it's bullshit, at least you tried.
I was able to explain what happened to my dad, but it has now been 8 years since then. And every time I see the extended family members that came, I always feel like they think of me as the guy that tried to convert his dad to Hinduism on Christmas Day.
Okay,
It has been awkward since.
that is kind of funny. On the day Christ was born, now is the time to turn Dad into a Hindu. Perfect. Hey, Dad, I've got a great book for you. That is kind of funny. It's time to repent today. That's pretty funny. Honestly, you could probably tell Dad that story. I mean, you could definitely tell him now, but even on the day, be like, yeah, I didn't have any money and I got accosted. So, like, what else? Like, a tie? What else are you going to get, Dad, right? It's as funny as anything else. That's fine. That'll be okay. You got bullied into buying a Hindu Bible. That's good. They did tell him, yeah, but you could say it on the day it happened. Just tell them what happened on that day. Just fuck it, I got bullied. Sorry, Dad, you should have taught me karate.
I was
Coney, that tape word song is stuck in my head. Well, I don't have that problem. I still got Monsters, Inc. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hold on, here you go. I'll save you. Here you go, everybody. Ah, much better. You think Monk Bro doesn't know karate? Good point. You're gonna lose. Oh, did you guys think it was gonna be a loud one? I don't know the meme. Did you think it was gonna get really loud? No. I forgot there was like a meme associated with it. No, this is just the song. That's all. I forgot about the bass boosted one. Yeah. Much better than the last song. There you go. You're agreeing with it. I don't even know where I got that from. I think the Wisdom Dog guy put put out a Monsters Inc. thing, and he said that once, and now it's just stuck in my head. Maybe it's a donkey thing? I don't know. Just whenever I hear that song, I just hear the, you're agreeing with it, which he says at one point. And I don't, was it him? Okay. So, Yukino Joe, that's what it was. Yes, okay, that's the one. Running back the tapeworm song would have been a solid bit. No, I hate that song. I don't want anybody to listen to it ever again. It was bad. I'm still crying about the Hawks guy. It's such a funny visual. Just killing all the vibes in the car. Everybody's on a road trip having a good time. You get the ox and you play the penis tapeworm song.
I was in middle school. Summers
and then
get
breaking
really hot
the cord so
where I
nobody
live,
can
when
listen
students
after.
do sports outside, wearing a hat is required. One day I happened to forget my hat, so I was forced to stay inside the classroom, along with someone else who had also forgotten theirs. I don't remember much from middle school, but I remember this girl's face and full name very clearly.
Okay.
After a while of silence, she started giving me some small talk. I didn't mind, but I'd never really talked to this girl before, so the conversation was pretty dry.
Sure.
Suddenly, she asks me a very personal question I'd not been asked by a girl before. Do you have anyone you like?
Ooh.
I talked to my male friends about this, but never with a girl.
I think she likes
so
you.
It made me nervous. I asked her to answer first, so I could have time to think of what to say. She deadass looks down and goes, to be honest, you. Now, there are many responses that someone could give in a scenario like this. Many normal, kind responses as to mitigate the damage to this girl's feelings who I barely knew. However, this is not the route I took. After an awkward, "Oh, okay," I responded with two different girls' names from my class who I liked at the moment.
Oh, you like me? Oh, that's cool. I like Erica.
These were two popular girls who I honestly had no real chance with.
Like, way more popular,
these
cute
girls
girls
actually referred to me as Booger Boy, as I had sinus problems as a kid. Upon hearing my response, all I heard was a muffled "oh," and she turned around to look out the class window. The rest of the time spent in the room was completely silent. Now that isn't even the worst part.
It's not?
Here's where I really became an asshole. I thought it was such a strange encounter that I decided to tell all my friends about it, not omitting any details. They thought it was funny, and it continued to be shared around. This was not my intention. I genuinely meant no harm against this girl. I was just dumb as rocks. A few weeks later, our class had a visitor. We were all taken to the school library to watch a pirate poet, who would bring members of the class up to read some poetry.
A what?
Of course, soon enough the girl was called up. She looked incredibly nervous and stood still for a long time. The pirate poet attempted to help coerce her into speaking, however it definitely backfired. She proceeded to pee herself in front of the whole class, began to cry, and ran out of the library.
Dude.
Yes, sorry, this is a pee story.
Yeah, okay.
It was actually not
it was
until
a pee
years
story
later
all
did I
along.
even consider that this had anything to do with me.
Dude.
I was a bully and didn't even know it. This memory still haunts me to this day, and is one of my deepest
that
shames.
Poor girl,
I looked up her
man.
name recently and it seems she's happily engaged now, so I guess she turned out alright.
Well, you don't know that. You only see what's on social media. You only see the happy pictures. You don't fucking know. You probably caused some trauma. Dude, Booger Boy.
P.S. After writing this, only now do I remember the only interaction I had with this girl before this. I remember I had an argument with her and one or two other people about how fetus was spelled. I adamantly told them
it's
it
a
was
D.
spelled fetus with a PH. That's all I can remember from our interactions.
You were wrong again. Dude, you are the worst person that ever lived to this girl. This girl probably talks to her fiance about how shitty you are. And somehow she had a crush on you. Fetus boy. Oh, God. I thought you would think fetus was like with a D. The PH is so much worse. That's so much worse, man. Fetus Booger Boy. Ugh. She's lucky she got away from you, yeah. Good Lord, man. You're a bad person. Yeah, what the fuck is a pirate poet? Can we get back to... Can you, like, rent out, like, pirates for schools to come to your class and, like, do poetry? I've never heard of that. And I thought it was, like... I thought it was a typo, and then he said it again? Hold on. Pirate Poet School. There's a Pirate Poet Society Club. I'm just getting pirate poetry. There's got to be, like the people that you could pay to dress up as Disney princesses and go to birthdays. Somebody was, like, setting sail for adventure on the high seas of literacy and brought in some teacher thought that'd be so cool. Okay.
Now, obviously I must...
Oh, whoops.
Hi mods, Coney, and chat.
Hi!
This isn't a story I actually remember, but it's one my mother had recently told me that, at least we think, is very embarrassing.
I'll
In first
be the
grade,
judge of that.
one of the first things we did in the school year was a little project about our role models.
Mm-hmm.
We were given a paper that said, "Is my role model because," at the top, and the rest of it was blank space for a drawing.
Mm-hmm.
The day after we made our little paper, we were to bring whoever our role models were.
Right.
So the day comes, and obviously my parents come to school that day.
Uh-huh.
My twin sister, Elle, had chosen our mother, while I chose our father.
Aw.
When me and Elle were called up to the front
That's
of
sweet.
the classroom, Elle goes first and does something sweet for my mother, and all the adults in the room go, "Ah," and whatever.
Oh,
Next
dude.
is my turn to
Imagine being
present
the
mine.
dad. Uh-oh.
Now again, I don't remember this, but my mother swears on it. I hold my paper in front of me to present it to everyone in the room, and with complete innocence and admiration, say, "My dad is my role model because he is an alcoholic," with my drawing of a stick figure with a sombrero and a glass of beer.
Oh my God. A sombrero? The dad stands up. No, 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 no. I drank one Corona last night. No, no. I'll take a breathalyzer right now. If I was the dad, dude, I'd be calling the cops immediately on my daughter to make sure that everybody knew.
Now, obviously I must have heard the word before when my mother was talking about my dad.
Holy
and
shit,
I'd probably
man.
seen him drink at some point. However, while I was able to link the word alcoholic with the drink, I didn't know it was a bad thing at the time.
Dad's like really high functioning. He's doing a great job. Nobody knows. He's doing great.
My mother says you wouldn't believe the silence in the room, and that we
Oh
had
my
to leave
God.
early because my mother was almost in tears. Also, CPS wouldn't get off our asses for over 2 years after this, but nothing happened in the end.
I mean, you gotta be honest. It does sound like a cry for help. Right? It does sound like you really needed, like you needed everybody to know. You tried a couple different options and nobody was listening, so you just aired that shit out in front of the whole class.
I tried looking for the project to link here, but sadly it isn't anywhere in sight. My mother probably threw it out.
Yeah, I would too. That's not a funny memory. That's not something you gather around at Christmas like, oh, isn't that so silly? Ha ha ha, like bathtub photos or something. It's like, no, you could have torn our family apart with these false allegations against your father who loves you. The sombrero. Why did we associate that with alcohol? Like, why did we think that? Like, not a normal hat? The siesta hat? Children are fucking scary, bro. Yeah, man. They get ideas in their head and you don't know what's cooking in there. You could be the most attentive, careful, caring parent ever, and they got something in there that is not informed by normal society mores. They're just cooking up some animal shit in there, man. It's crazy. Oh, man. Hold on, somebody found a pirate poet. Let me find this link. Pirate Poets Primary School Puppet Show. Shall we? Oh, this is cute. That's cute. That's nice. Good for them. Yeah, that's nice. That would get me ready to set sail for adventure into a good book. Right? Yar. This video has 14 views 9 years ago. Lovely. I unlocked a memory when I was in 2nd grade. I always wonder, like, what shared experiences do you guys have that I do not have? Right? Like, I went to the computer room and played Oregon Trail in that game with the frog with the math. But you guys didn't have that, right? I mean, you might have done Oregon Trail, but you had it with, like, color and stuff, not on the max. And you guys had, like, Club Penguin. Yeah, exactly. Cool math. Stuff like that. We had different experiences, right? You guys have the Pacer Fitnessgram test or whatever. I didn't have that. That didn't exist when I was, so that whenever that meme started dropping, I didn't get it. Subscribe right now. Ads are coming on. Use a Twitch Prime or a Tier 1. I would love a sub or two. I would love that. It would mean a lot to me. We're one away from the goal. I promised I wouldn't talk about this because it makes me sound so fucking old to be a 36-year-old man and talking about this. But, dude, thank you, Tiga, for the gift. That meme with the blue guy who's getting fed the carrot stuff is the worst, unfunniest, most awful thing I've ever seen. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? Uncle Monger, that's what it is. Yeah, the blue. You guys don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, maybe Elon is trolling me. Monsters vs. Aliens, that's it. Because my entire feed was that for like 3 days. And none of them are funny. They're all the slot meme. Yeah, and none of them are, they're all fucking awful. They're like, and for some reason, it's all I had for days and days. Days and days and days. And it's like, dude, my feed is fucking weird, man. I shouldn't tell you what's been on it because people will make assumptions about me. But I had something I'm very much not interested in on it for a long time. Say it? It's not like anything lascivious. Is that the word? Salacious? It's not porn. It's like political stuff. Mine keeps having alt-right shit popping up. Yeah, okay, then if you said it, I'll say it. My Twitter, for some reason, thinks I love Nick Fuentes. Like, for like 3 weeks, it was like, here's what Nick Fuentes did today. I'm like, I don't fucking care, man. And it's like, here's how he reacted to this person said this. I'm like, dude, I've never been interested in any of this. What the fuck is happening? It was like a Nick Fuentes fan page. It wasn't even him. It was like, here's a clip from his stream. What the fuck is this? It's bizarre. And like Twitter thinks I'm into Invincible, which is like, whatever. That's inoffensive, right? It's just weird. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm. It's just missing. Like, you shouldn't know. Like, you shouldn't know the algorithm is working, right? It shouldn't be so transparent that it's trying to feed you something you're not into. It's bizarre, man. It's weird. But it's not only one side. I get, like, hyper-liberal stuff, too. It's trying to feed me both sides. I don't know what's going on. It's bizarre. Anyway, just the blue guy eating carrots is not funny. That's all I had to say. Algorithm is entirely dependent on likes. It can't be. I don't like shit. Wait, that might be why. I don't like anything. I like very rarely. I like when somebody is like, people got their big prize merch and they're like, just got my Coney poster and I liked that. So really it's your fault. That means it's you. your follows, likes are very influential on your feed as well, then I got some closeted followers who are into some weird shit. Or the people I follow. I don't know, man. That's probably why you see Invincible. Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I get a lot of the Invincible one's fine. I don't watch the show, but like it's a big cultural moment. People like it. It's fine. I'm not offended. I don't like the show, but I'm not like, an asshole about it. So, I'm not making a Blue Sky, bro. Ain't nobody on that shit. Making a Blue Sky feels so performative to me. Hey guys, I'm over here. I went to the party next door. There's like way more space over here. Playing the music really loud. It's so cool. I mean, like, and I'm not, like, if people want to do it, that's fine. I get it, but, like, it's just not... I'll go wherever people are. That's all I don't like Twitter in particular either, but I have 126,000 followers on it, and the sponsors love that shit. Now, I know, and I hope you guys know, that that's fake, and those followers don't mean a goddamn thing. Right? But the sponsors don't know that. The sponsors be like, can you make a sponsored post? We'll give you an extra... And I'm like, aye. Social media is fake, bro. It's not real. It absolutely is performative. Same with banning Twitter links on other platforms. Dude, when that was going out around every Reddit, everybody's like, hey, can we ban Twitter links? It's like, dude, come on. People aren't going to want to do that. And, like, it's not that I'm not sympathetic to the plight, right? I get it. The site sucks, and the guy's a freak. I get it, but, like, come on, man. I dislike Twitter links because I can't see it without an account. That is true. No, that's a good point. I forgot that they changed that. Now it's like you can't see stuff unless you have an account, which is very annoying. I don't have an Instagram, but a lot of people, I can't look at any Instagrams for that. And while we're still talking about it, and sorry to go on this big tangent, I was thinking about, like, everybody's on Instagram, and I was like, why am I not on Instagram? And I realized I was watching a YouTube video, and they made a point that I didn't really think of, which is, like, I've talked a lot, and again, sorry, this is way off topic. This is more like a side stream tangent, but I think it's interesting. I didn't realize, like, I've talked about this on Twitter, how I get very annoyed when I get quote tweeted by people, like, who say it's a take or, like, get mad or whatever, or, like, don't realize that, like, I'm tweeting, like how I think tweets should be. Here we go! When social media...
Empty internet theory is real.
Dead internet.
Something like 70% of accounts on Reddit and Twitter are bots. Even my pet crow is fucking horrified beyond belief.
Ah! He sounds the same to me. Can't be that high. Whenever I have a tweet that somewhat, like, gets big, though, I see it. It's very funny. I never really put this into words or thought about it, and I heard it on a YouTube video, and it kind of clicked. It's... When social media sort of slowly morphed into content being the focus instead of an expression of self. Because I was like, why am I not on Instagram? And I'm like, well, I don't really take pictures. And if I did get on Instagram, it wouldn't be for, like, real pictures of me or authentic sort of expressions of my life. It would just be like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. Catch me what I'm doing tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? It's not that there would not be, like, an actual social thing, which is how I want to or try to use Twitter, which is why people get mad at me because they think I'm like a blue check who's supposed to be dunked, right? They think it's like a take or whatever, when I'm just like, wow, I just saw this movie. It was good. And I think that's why I get mad, because Twitter to me is, like, not a content machine. It's not supposed to be content, but that is what it is. I'm swimming against the current for some reason. And everybody who's like 18 to 20, that's all they've ever known, right? So it's like I think that's why I never got on Instagram, because that would be content. It couldn't just be me. And then if I made a secondary Twitter account, that'd be weird too, right? If I was like on it a lot. Strange. As a fellow oldo, I just plain don't use Instagram or X. I think I would still use Twitter, even if I wasn't like a content person, but only to like see what other people are saying about things. I think that's valuable. But the way that I use it now is obviously a little different, but X. Editor, leave all this in. I hope the editor has not been leaving this in. This is not an interesting or insightful conversation. I just thought it was interesting. Like, TikTok is a content thing. You are presenting something for consumption to look and see. It's not like social media in that, like, this is something for me and my small world of friends, right? It's interesting. Reddit is for reading. YouTube and Twitch is for content. All other social media. That's all. Calling it X puts you in MGS caution mode. No, that's what it's called. It's called X, man. You can't be mad, right? That's true, Dunk. That conversation was cringe. This is stupid. All right.
So I work in the to-go section at my local supermarket.
Okay.
Pretty much. I make sure all the groceries the customer ordered online gets packed up and ready to either be picked up or delivered.
Uh-huh.
The most fun part of the job is seeing what people order and realizing like, oh, they're having a barbecue or a taco night or whatever.
That does seem fun. Like putting together little puzzles. You probably make a video game about that. Professor Layton asks, what are these people doing? Yeah, have a little, use the context clues to figure out what they're up to.
One day, this really weird delivery order comes through.
Uh-oh.
8
Is it a
gallons
murder?
of water, 2 party packs of paper cups, and 4 big cases of puppy pee pads.
Oh.
Like, big cases. $30 a case.
Uh-huh.
So me and my coworkers are kinda sketched out, but assume he works at a dog pound or something.
Somebody's
This same
doing
order
some
starts
sports.
becoming a weekly occurrence. Every Friday,
We got an
for a 4
athlete.
p.m. delivery, this guy orders his water, his cups, and his pee pads. One day, far after this became a normal occurrence, he noticed something different with his order. Instead of being a delivery, it was a pickup.
Oh, God.
Which meant we'd see this guy face to face when he picked his stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking about what he'd look like or if we should ask what the dog pads were for. And soon enough,
I feel like you'd get
he rolled
fired
up in
for
his
that.
Chevrolet Malibu.
Uh-huh.
He looked like a pretty standard shut-in type of guy, maybe in his mid-30s.
It's not me.
My coworker brought his order out and decided to ask, why
Before
do
you
you order
start.
so much water every week? Rather than asking about the pee pads. Apparently he just chuckled and said my parties. I'd if my coworker lied about that, but the mere thought has stayed in my head for weeks.
My parties. You met Bruce Wayne, but with pee. What a weird thing to say. This could be real. Maybe he does drink a lot of water and he has a puppy, right? Like, it could be real. We don't fucking know. You make quite an assumption on this guy. That's not cringe. That's a mystery. You got to go to that guy's house. If you have the delivery, you have his address, this sounds like a caper. I think you should solve some mysteries. Go take a look. Get invited. It'll be like an eyes wide shut situation. Gonna give you a mask. Appear when the moon is at its highest point on Thursday. I would see this through straight up. I hope. Well, this story was submitted in on July 5th of last year, so this chatter might have gone. I would love an update if you're not dead, please. That's funny. He's not coming back if he goes. Well, of one party being the guest of honor.
I am a very stubborn person.
How many times have we gotten an update? Very rarely. Like I think twice ever. And I've been doing Cringe Confessional for 3 years? Maybe? I don't know.
I am
4
a very
years?
stubborn person. Once I set my mind on an idea, I see it through, even when it no longer makes any sense.
Sure.
One time when I was in 8th grade, I was taking a science test and finished with most of the class period still remaining. I asked the teacher if I could go to the bathroom. She told me no, and that it would distract the other kids. This pissed me off. It was a violation of my rights, and the only action I had left was to protest by pissing my pants in the middle of class.
Dude, you had more options than that. There were other things you could have done, and I think you know that.
However, while I was deliberating on it, another 10 or so minutes had passed and she ended up telling me I could go to the bathroom.
Oh. So, you didn't do it yet. Oh, I thought you did it, but you haven't done it yet. All right. Oh, no, you already did. Oh, you peed and they don't know. So now you're sitting in your own pee.
Now normally you would just go to the bathroom, but I was already pissed, so I decided to piss my pants in the bathroom.
What the fuck? Is this the Riddler? What do you... I feel like I'm going to get quizzed on this. I don't know if I have the reading comprehension for this. So you went to the bathroom and you were so mad you peed your pants in the bathroom. Did I get that right? So that she would get in trouble. You spited the teacher by peeing your pants in the bathroom. Also, you could just say you were mad. Don't say you were pissed. There's too much. I'm forgetting what the word means.
I soon realized that this didn't, in fact, accomplish my original goal. Now normally you would
I was
just
already
go to...
pissed because I already peed. Wait. Wait, were you already pissed? No, it's not like I was pissed because I already peed. You were this is pissing me off. No! This is frustrating me. This is frustrating me quite a bit.
I soon realized that this didn't, in fact, accomplish my original goal, and only caused me to be stuck in school with soiled trousers.
Yeah, now you just have pee all over you.
So I had to hobble my way to the office and admit to one of the people there that I, an 8th grader, had pissed my pants.
Yeah.
So they let me call my mom so I could have her take me home so I could shower. And luckily no one from my class ever found out. Honestly, I'd do it again if I was in that situation. It got me out of class for a day.
Don't think that's worth the gambit. Eventually somebody's going to find out. I don't think you want to pee your pants every day of school. Eventually somebody's going to know. Or you're going to get put in a different class. He went to the bathroom and disappeared. His teacher was right. Yeah, that would distract me if I was taking a test. Where did Gerald go? He had to pee, and then he left, and he's still gone. Okay. That kid keeps... Every time that kid goes to the bathroom, he doesn't come back. He always goes home. I look out the window, and his mom's picking him up every time. What's going on there? I think those kids know more than you said. Those kids definitely know more. Superman? Oh, I think Gerald's Spider-Man, bro. He be out there solving crimes. That's what it is. Probably heard a woman getting her purse stolen. I gotta pee! A lot of pee stories tonight. Thank God it's over. Thanks for watching Cringe Confessional, YouTube. Did you like the stories? I like some of them. Lots of them. A lot of pee, though. Kind of weird, right? We can blame our mods for that. Oh, I don't think I thanked them. Guys, let's clap it up for E. Compton and Keith Frizzle for tonight's tales. A very moist Cringe Confessional. A lot of pee, some vomit, and some Christ. Pretty good mix. It was a good evening. Thanks for watching Cringe Confessional, YouTube. Why don't you come by the stream? See it live sometimes. There's a lot of stories you didn't hear. You might have made the right choice for that, though. These were horrifying. Hold on. Check out this colorful, lovely cast of characters you can meet in the Coney stream. Everybody, use your favorite emote. What's your favorite one? We'll see you guys next time. Bye, YouTube. Remember to subscribe. You got to the end. You owe me. You owe me. You got to the end of the video. Like the video. You owe me. Goodbye. So long. We're not going to make it to this point in the outro. We never do. I used to do long outros. Now we cut it off way earlier. I rewatched one of the best worst VGM videos and the like button lit up when you said smash the like button. Smash the like button! Smash the like button! Smash the like button! It's over. It's not... I'll have to do it tomorrow. I'll have to remember it. I'll have to remember it for the next time. Does it still do that? That feels like functionality they would put in, and then it would, like, be cut off for not working after, like, a month. Right? The sub one shows up if you aren't subbed. Oh. Alright. Good stream. Pretty good. It auto-played the next video, which was in the Watch This Movie thing on Discord for a long time. It's animals that forgot to come out of hibernation. I never watched it, but the thumbnail's pretty funny. Maybe one day I'll watch it. My Watch Later playlist has 105 videos in it. Crazy. One day. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm sleepy. I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be playing some video games. I don't know what else we're doing. I think we got enough videos that I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't have to do a react or nothing. Probably Sunday is the ARC thing, and I might do react, and then we're going to do Wheel Champ on Tuesday. Something like that. We'll see. Repo again soon. I would love to. I want to play again. Absolutely. Let me see if my goat's on. Oh, he's not. I was going to rate Gomez because I didn't yesterday. Riddles is streaming. Why we got the fake Riddles in here? Everybody said hi to that guy. He's not even real. What? You bastards. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think so. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember to subscribe. 2811. One more for the goal. Sorry, my brain just did like a soft reset. I saw something pop up on my timeline, and I... Why is Brawl Pro playing The Wolf Among Us?